And here we go. See who shows up. 1, 2, 3, and to the 4. Yo, Adrian. Hey, watch that USA AID thing, man. That is that is normally a violation, but we'll see. Char Willie, let me send out the link while I'm at it. I just got off of Gab's Hangout and talking about the manosphere, and they're just starting to get it. And if you can, hit the like button as you come in. If you can, support the channel. There's my little scientist, one of my favorite 92 octanes. Not the sunshine guy. Who's the sunshine guy? Oh yeah, the sunshine guy, and the rainbows guy. We just got the 4 Hour Body. Yeah, actually a pretty good book, especially there's 2 parts I actually use. I haven't used it in a while, but I like the part about the diet and also the bench press. You know how to add 100 pounds to your bench press. Because I went up. I actually added because I was at 165. I wanted to get to 300, and I got up to in about what is it 8 weeks. I got up to I went from like 180, 165, 170 to like 260 to about to 270. That was my max. I wanted to get to 300. Didn't quite get there. So yeah, my favorite 92 octane. Yeah, you're a 92. Stop it. Yeah, but the 2 spots about the 4 Hour Body is basically the diet, and my favorite part was the bench press. But it also could be, a lot of their workouts can be applied to different things. Because, hey, Taria, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. Up in the bar grill solo. What are you? You ain't go. You're a virgin. What are you doing in a bar and grill, Taria? Should be at a bookstore or something. Yeah, if you're at 225, look at the Adrian. Look at his bench press workout. You'll get to 315 because yeah, you're much younger than I am. The diet is actually for losing weight. You can use it because it emphasizes protein, but it's actually for losing weight. It's not. It's you will actually put on a little more lean muscle because you're forcing your body to burn fat. Uh, so Petty Pendergrass is in the house. Hit the like button on your way in if you can. Uh oh yeah. Oh yeah, using yeah. I thought it was meth. I didn't think it was cocaine. I thought it was meth. Keto, if you follow his workout, follow his 4 Hour Body, and you eat if you try to eat the 100 grams of protein, which a lot of people won't make, but if you start out with 30 grams of protein in the morning, it'll actually cut your appetite. It's not as hard as you think if you follow the way he does it. And what you need to do is chart your diet. If you chart your diet, you should lose about maybe the minimum 5 pounds a week. But keto, I didn't find keto very hard. I didn't find keto very hard. It might be hard if you don't have if you have cravings. Yeah, I think the 4 Hour Body might be online as a free PDF. And I didn't find keto very hard. I mean, if you have sugar cravings, it might be a little hard, but as far as as far as it's pretty straightforward. The thing is that you find yourself probably not being able to eat enough protein, and uh, and trying to eat enough protein. What you're actually doing is cutting your calories because on a keto diet, I think I went from like eating like 3,000 calories, and I think I went all the way down to when I actually stopped it at the end of 30 days. I was hard pressed to make 13 because of the keto diet because I wasn't hungry because protein takes a lot longer to digest, and then because your stomach won't give a empty signal until it's not working on anything. When it's trying to digest that protein, it won't give an empty signal, so you don't get hungry. It should be online. Yeah, it is online. He actually put it online for free when he did it. I think the DVD or something like that you have to pay for, but the actual text is actually online. What's up, cats? Or should I say, meow? What's good to put on? Put on. What's a good? I would say if you can find it, you probably have to go to Amazon and find it. It's called Massive Muscles in 10 Weeks by Ellington Darden. He actually will take you on a uh, um, program to actually gain, well, I think he said 20 pounds of muscle within 10 weeks. I don't know how, but I guess so. I'm just I thought I've been lazy this week. I've done more. I think I've done a couple more live streams with people because of what I was involved in. But other than that, I don't think I've done anything, out of the ordinary. I mean, I got between Adrian and Julius, I have man, I got a backlog of stuff. I have a big backlog of work. In fact, I just recorded one for Dr. Tommy Curry because he's actually leaving the United States to actually go to Scotland to for a new teaching chair. So I don't think he's finished. I think it's too early for anybody to be finished. I think it's too early for that. Plus, Bernie Sanders is not black. We're judging on Bernie Sanders appealing to black people. Bernie Sanders doesn't have to appeal to black people. It would be nice, but the race really doesn't start till 2020, and then we'll know who's going to be in and who's going to be out. It's too early to for Bernie Sanders because Bernie Sanders actually already ran, so he already has a base. He didn't have to establish it, so it's too early for him to be out because there's nobody else that's better than he is as far as a candidate. So black social media says he's finished, but black social media that really doesn't get people elected or not elected unless they're black. Shooting free throw. Now actually basketball started out as a Jewish game. The first basketball league was New York Jews. In fact, if you look at the old NBA, it was all white. Of course, all politicians tap dance. If you can't tap dance, then you're not a politician. But the thing is, he's in the conversation, or the reparations is in the conversation. They're all tap dancing around reparations, except for people that don't have anything to lose, like the white lady that says she's for it because she don't have anything to lose. Hit the like button on your way in. Donate to the channel if you can. Janelle, where you been? Janelle, you didn't find a bad boy to actually hang out with, did you? Yeah, yeah, her. You're unsubbing. I deign to tell you about white history. It used to be basketball was a white Jewish game in New York. That's like when you have the Harlem Globetrotters, started by a Jewish guy. Oh, he had family in town. All right. That's what Janelle. That's what you're telling us. My daughter has the same story. So, what's up with you guys? And my channel, the other channel's been busy. I need to. I actually found the Carolyn Mace book on tape that I actually want to play. I've extracted the audio, and I'll start putting it up. Actually, start cutting it and putting it up. Maybe tomorrow. Well, what do you guys want? You guys want because the book is like the audio book's like 8 hours long. You want it in 30-minute bites, an hour bites, 15-minute bites. What you guys want? My daughter is smart. My daughter is slick. That's what she is. Yeah, I seen Trey Young. Trey Young is I see a lot of kids going back to old school basketball. A lot of kids are actually going back. That half set shot that they've been teaching for the last 20 years is kind of going out of style because people are getting their shots blocked. Hey, fish grease in the house? No, no, no. Actually, it's actually gonna play the book. I can cut it up any way you want. Okay. Um, because I don't want it the segments to be too long where you guys actually fall asleep on it. Neon, Neon, I want to ask you a question. Are your eyes really that big? I look at you. I said they're pretty, but I can't believe somebody's eyes are really that big. I always wonder about that. I said her eyes can't be that big because you almost have anime eyes. Like they're pretty. It fits you, but the thing is, it's like I said, I don't know anybody with eyes that big. I know you catch a lot of attention for it. In high school. Okay. I was wondering because I mean, your eyes are beautiful, but the thing is, it's like I used to think it was like you had a filter or something, but your eyes are really that big. Okay. They still call you alien head. All right. Hey, Regina. Regina's in the background. I'm sure we'll say something to get her to come on this week. Regina don't come on unless she's mad. What up, Art? Yeah, yeah, big, yeah, yeah, big eyes, big soul. Yeah. No, she's really, she's sweet, but yeah, she does have baby doll eyes, which I said it's unusual. I'm sure it gets her a lot of attention because every time I see her on camera, it's like her eyes cannot be that big. It has to be a trick. It has to be a visual trick or something. Her eyes cannot be that big. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, something's wrong with you, but the thing is, if it's in a good way, no. Do your eyes run in the family like that? So when the aliens come down, okay, they're gonna dress. They're gonna, take me to your leader. I heard that. Hit the like button, folks. Donate to the channel if you can. Oh, okay. No, I've had women with bug eyes, and I have bug eyes in my family, but they don't have eyes nearly the size of yours. Oh, big eyes. Okay. So where you get your eyes from your mother? Yeah. Oh, and is Char drinking wine tonight? Well, Char has to come in and kind of moderate, so she can't get too sauced. The praying mantis. We're thinking Neon might be one of those genetic experiments. We want a little girl with big eyes. She should go to one of those techie bars and actually bat her eyes and get one of those startup guys. We haven't ridden you in a while. 'Cause I saw your video. I always thought you had a filter though that made your eyes look big or makeup, but your eyes are really that big. I said, "Wow, okay." You should with eyes like that. You should be a model though, a face model, because they like extremes like that. You could be. uh, Nicole Ali probably edited your DNA. No, you should model because you take advantage of your eyes. You make a lot of money. Yeah, yeah, go to Japan, they would love her. Hit the like button to your left. Yeah, most women want bigger eyes. Most women would catch a kill for your eyes. And well, that's true. But the thing is, you might not like makeup, but the thing is, hey, you don't like going to work either. Yeah, well, bring your own brushes. You want to travel, don't you? Models travel. Oh, airbrush, yeah. You're in Austin. There should be plenty of people that actually in that field of advertising that have photographers. So you're in the right spot. Yeah. If you got a gift, go ahead and exploit it. You might not like it, but the thing is, if it brings in cash and give you a lifestyle, go ahead and use it. Anyway, what else is up? Is it raining in New Orleans, cats? No. What is it when they remake? What's it? What was it? Avatar. So what's good, folks? What do you guys want to talk about? Now that I've finished bugging Neon. Yeah, you don't want to come to Hollywood. You're right there in the middle of. You want to talk about Scrags, the Scraggle Daggle. You don't want to come to Hollywood. You're right there in the center, which is Austin. Austin is a good spot to start. Raining Woman, what's going on? Oh, it's not raining tonight? All right. So, what do you guys think about what Billy Porter's outfit at the Academy Awards? It was trash. I don't know. Is Women's History Month? I don't know. That's a good question. It did look kind of evil, didn't it? Because the all black and the velvet. And then they had a pose of him without the shirt on, right? With just a dress. Yeah, but they had a lot of people praising him. Yeah, it did. Somebody actually put up said Pinhead did it better. Let's see if I can find the because I had downloaded the picture for the for a video I actually put up. See if I can find it real quick. The one that actually got me was this one. That's the one that actually got me. I said, "Wow." I said they're carrying this a little bit too far. I said he is queen for the day. Anyway. That's what I said, Randy woman. Yeah, don't well that's as far as you can go. I don't think you can go any further than that. As it curses. What is it? The evil witch? With for what is it? Sleeping Beauty? Oh, Chris Tucker did it better in Fifth Element. Oh, he went with velvet thong and corset. He probably already has. Probably has a picture out there like that. Oh, there's Char.
Greetings, greetings. How are you?
How are you?
I'm better. How is everyone in the chat room? Hope
You
you're
better.
doing well.
What was wrong?
Oh, little girl felt a look.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
All right. All right.
know.
Hopefully she's feeling better.
Yes, she is.
All right. Got to take care of
And
her.
it was so funny. I had
uh,
I think it was about 3 o'clock or I think about 2 o'clock maybe. And
mm,
I had laid down, take a nap, and I was listening to Cerulean
mm.
talk with Russian bot radio. And I fell asleep, listening to it.
Mhm,
So I'm hearing him and you on the panel,
mhm,
and I was in my dream. I think I was on a couch,
mhm,
and I was balled up,
mhm,
and you came over and you hugged me, and I
mhm,
just went on in your arms. It was nice and warm. I
mhm.
woke up, looked around like, oh, that was a dream. And then I thought about my dad. I'm like,
Okay.
darn.
Okay. Okay. Is your dad still alive?
No,
Oh, okay.
he isn't.
I was a
Yeah.
substitute, huh?
Yeah, made me feel better.
Oh, the baby boo boo. Poor Ting.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Neon, for encouraging me,
Hmm.
for putting my Patreon in the chat room because I do not. So thanks a lot because she had mentioned it to me in, I think it was Gab's chat room or someone's chat room. I was
Uh-huh.
working,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, she'd be helping and she'd be working now. She should. I'm like, okay, okay. So I'll post it again here. Thank you,
Yeah.
Neon.
So, what what does an RBR do? I call it root beer radio.
Since he's talking about Russian bots, I'm like, that's his name.
Yep.
He loved that.
Before his orderly actually come in and actually shut down the show. Hey, 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 calm down.
Yeah, he didn't get his dose this morning because he started off early.
Yeah, he was riled up.
Yeah.
But I found out a way to handle him. I said, he comes in, give him 5 minutes, let him say what he wants to say, and said, okay, have a good night. And he just goes on his merry way.
Mm. Then he go does a stream on his
Yeah,
channel
on his
for
channel.
4 hours and
Yeah,
and tell everyone how he beat everyone that he just spoke to.
yeah. Like City of Truth does the same thing. I wonder if they're cousins or something.
That is crazy.
I
Mm,
I wish I had his stamina though, because he can go for 4 hours nonstop.
yeah, he giggles and
Mm-hmm.
rocks and giggles and rocks.
Mm-hmm. Throws his hands. Yeah.
Play your stream.
Hmm. So this is the Ask Charge segment. Does anybody have any personal issues they actually want advice on? If if so, this is the time to actually do it. Not at the 11 o'clock hour when the show's getting ready to end. No, do it now. What you got?
Right.
Rotten Beta Radio. You know, I don't know why you guys come in here. Trolls come in here. We got too many mods. You know, every woman has a rifle. Okay, and this is not the comment section to actually come in, right? Because every woman has a rifle and have that little red dot, and you will get shot on sight. So
Okay.
don't even bother. Don't even waste your time typing
Yeah.
because because I don't have control over the mods, right? It's a shoot on sight. Once you're gone, you're done.
Going bye bye. Yeah, they just look at for live streams and they're like, oh, let me try it. I got a nasty picture. Let me use this.
Don't you like that booty? What are you talking about, cats? I don't get the joke.
Oh, she talking about the troll.
Oh, the troll. Okay. Oh, that's what he said.
Needs more color.
Hmm. Oh, Char got him before Cats did. Normally, Cats gets to you first. That troll booty. Hey, take him and skin him. We're skinning and cooking all trolls.
Okay.
Any concern? Any concerns? Any advice anybody wants? I know you guys have it. Just don't want to actually bring it out. Come on, male or female, jump in.
Yeah, if not, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the panel and I'm
Hmm.
gonna go on and get started. Uh, I was gonna mention the conversation you guys had over there.
What it Gabs?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Trying to see what did I wake up to? Uh, it was something very interesting. I know it was near before you had got off.
Okay.
Uh, well, with the language. the
Uh-huh.
part of
The harsh language, like from Grinch.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and even if you take that out,
Mhm.
um, are you still going to pay attention to the problem?
Mhm.
And I didn't hear that with that guy. He was like, it just doesn't matter. Um, you say something about my daughter, here I come.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay. I have to agree that it's just, what's that term? Blood is thicker than water. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I can think of. That's
Yeah.
just, you know. But Grinch was trying to get over the fact that, hey, you need to look at the situation and you can't pity pat on every little thing.
Mhm.
We're in a we're in a bad situation now. It's gone too far. What are we gonna do? We gotta do something.
That's why I asked him, um, when do you hit the panic button? How bad does it have to get to hit the panic button? And they try to dodge the question.
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, my panic button is not your panic button." He said, "What does it sound like with you?" So I gave him an example. And I said, "So what's your panic button?" Well, I can't just do it as an act. I can't act it out. I said, even though I know that's not true, but so in other words, how they don't want to actually say how bad does it have to get before you actually do something. I said, secondly, I said, would you pay attention to it if we weren't sounding like that? And they said no, they wouldn't.
Hmm.
And most of the time, it's really not that you're cussing, is that you're being harsh about behavior. Because Thomas Sotomayor doesn't really cuss a lot, a little bit, but for the most part, he doesn't cuss a lot. He just shows videos that people don't like.
And something else happened I want to mention.
Hmm.
I was gonna mention something. I had a conversation I had with someone today. Oh, I wanted to go back to yesterday to your live stream when
Hmm.
you were speaking with the guy.
Hmm.
What I found
Hmm.
is they want to talk. That is very important. They have to talk. You cannot stop them, even though they're repeating the same thing.
Hmm.
Um, it's just important for them to talk. If
Hmm.
you do not allow them to talk,
Hmm.
then that's when they go into the mode of you're old, you don't
Hmm.
know what you're talking about. They go into that mode.
Hmm.
And I've been noticing that. So I see that maybe the only way we're really going to be able to speak with millenniums is
Millennials, yeah.
to,
Let them talk.
yeah, let them talk, let them get it all out,
Hmm.
and then just slowly try to talk to them. And then also, if you want to try it, of course,
Hmm.
talk to them off air, have it recorded, and then post it because they're going to pay too much attention to the chat room,
Mm.
and that's just going to blow the whole thing. And I'll give you my example what happened with me today.
Hmm.
Um, I had a conversation with a young lady. She said she was in her late 20s.
Okay.
And I asked her about her behavior,
Hmm.
and she told me that she was angry. And that's why she had some harsh words about me.
Hmm.
I said, okay. I said, so do you usually do that because you're angry? And she said, I used to. I said, oh, okay. So you don't do that anymore. I said, because I'm pretty sure you will lose friends, jobs, and associations, and a whole lot of things if
Hmm.
you conduct yourself like that out of
Hmm.
anger. And she said, yes, I don't do that anymore because I have lost friends. I'm like, oh, okay. So she wanted to talk a little bit, and I let her repeat the same thing 3 times.
Hmm.
After that, then I started asking the question. I'm like, okay, so you did that and you were angry. Okay, so what are you going to do now? Well, you're the one who wanted to talk to me. I'm like, I wanted to find out what you were saying about me. Um, you sent a message. I said, you have an opportunity to tell me now. Well, so I couldn't, talk to you, in any kind of way. I mean, I couldn't apologize to you. And I'm like, wait a minute. I asked you before you got here. Do
Hmm.
you have something to say to me? No. ain't no beef. I'm like, okay, there's no beef. That's fine, but you don't have anything to say to me. So I gave her opportunity to apologize before we had the conversation. She didn't
Mhm.
offer one. Then when I
Mhm.
was asking her, well, why did you do that? She said she was angry and she apologized. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay. I'm like, so when were you recovered? Because you say you don't do this anymore, but this happened just a week ago.
Mhm.
And then she went back to repeating all over again
Mhm.
something that had nothing to do with, um, I'm like, okay, I see what this is. But she also was distracted about around things that was going on in the chat room.
Mm.
And she said she was being attacked. But she
Mm.
only said that she was being attacked after I started pointing some things out. And she just started feeling uncomfortable. I'm like, okay, there we go. You're right, Kat, you're attacking me. As soon as
Mhm.
you point to the thing, that's when they feel attacked.
Mhm.
It's like, I don't want no correction. I did what I did. Let's move on. And it's
Mhm.
always like that.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, we're going to try this a different way. We're going to let the person just talk and talk and talk. Let them repeat the same thing 2 or 3 times. Depends
Mhm.
on your patience.
Mhm.
And then after that, then start asking them questions. They're going to become very uncomfortable. There may be some name calling, but at that point, you're not going to get anywhere with it. But
Mhm.
you did try.
Mhm. What?
Yeah, so that was my main thing. I just wanted to try.
Uh, um. Well, that would have to be offline because
Yeah.
uh, because if you do that online, but most of the time they want to they're coming online because they want to make their case, their point. Because I'm not trying to counsel, these people offline. People that want to be counseled, talk to me offline, actually email me.
Mm.
But most time, when I have those kind of things, they will actually want to make their point to the audience and prove me
Okay.
wrong. Yeah. So
Oh,
I ask them questions as to get clarification about what they're talking about, so I can get deeper.
yeah, I understand.
Hmm.
But try the tactic if you
Uh,
like to just let them talk.
okay, I'll try it.
But yeah, it's gonna be something because they'll repeat the same thing and they're not answering your question or getting to the point. So I
Hmm.
understand completely.
Hmm. Yeah, but you would have to do it offline because 20, it will take them like 20, 25 minutes to repeat the same thing 3 times.
Yeah.
And basically going live, or me even staying engaged for that long.
Oh, I understand. Oh, within the conversation of the young lady repeating herself so many
Mm,
times,
mm,
she had ESP. She told me what I would have done, what I would
mm,
have said, and how I felt. I'm
mhm,
like, wow,
mhm,
she got talent. But I asked someone, I'm like, that hadn't been around me for a while, and I'm like, do you believe I would respond that way? And the person says no. I'm like, okay, just wondering how they sense that about me. And you guys been around the same time. Okay,
mhm.
thanks.
Most of the time, people are actually they are talking. They haven't even thought about what they're getting ready to say. They haven't really even thought it over. They're just reacting, and they have a script in their head. They actually want to get the script out.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. So I'll let them go through the script once, and then the second time, okay, let me ask you a question. But that irritates me. They don't want to answer the question. They want to repeat the same script.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I understand because I didn't feel well. Actually, I just got up from my nap
Hmm.
and to go and take care of this and
Hmm.
then lay back down. But I don't know. And Nicole, to answer your question, we would have to have more patience. That's just the bottom line. If we don't, we
Hmm.
already pretty much lost them anyway. If you don't have more patience, it's a done deal because their communication skills.
Hmm.
Oh boy,
They,
there's something else.
they're used to being coddled. That's what they're used to being coddled, and they're not used to being asked questions like how do you feel? How do you feel about it? You know,
They get
uh,
uncomfortable. That I
yeah,
can tell.
yeah, and basically they're asking you to solve a personal problem that's going on inside of them. Because Dr. Johnson said that after we gave a lecture, right? And the girl that was actually kind of boisterous, he had to talk to her for like an hour and a half, and basically came down to what was going on between her and her father,
Mm,
and she had daddy issues, and that's what came out. He said, but she wouldn't let him go. It was like the class was over, and he had to talk to her for like 90 minutes after the class.
wow.
And what it came down to, it really wasn't what we said; is how she felt, in its comparison to her own life. So that happens a lot. And normally, what I'm trying to do is like, okay, let's, you know, especially when it's something that, say, like what I did for that young person as far as the BAIO, right?
Hmm.
Okay, you're in the organization. Okay, you have meetings or you talk to each other like 2, 3 times a week. You've been in it for a year. You should have ready talking points, because these are your talking points. Should have already thought about them. I shouldn't have to like let you talk. You know, you're trying. You give me your pitch, and when you give me your pitch, okay, what about that part of your pitch? You should have an answer. And if you don't, you need to go back and study some more. And then sometimes you like normally I let them talk like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, and then okay, let me ask you a question about this, and then want to actually go on to another 5 minutes because they don't want to answer the question. Because when they get invited on, it's to debate. It's not to talk, really. You want to prove me wrong.
Yeah, I've noticed that they're grandstanding.
They're grandstanding.
Uh-huh.
Just like what's it? Calla was grandstanding because he didn't want me to get a word in edgewise because I was asking uncomfortable questions. He didn't want to answer. I didn't even get into the city state. I just got into the that part about Rwanda because I knew that wasn't true. But he didn't think I was going to do a video. He forgot I have a channel. I have a
There he
channel.
is.
Yeah. And put your name on it. And thousands of people will actually watch the video and know your name
And comment on
and
it.
comment on it. Yeah.
Who's this dude?
Hmm.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, but the patience, oh boy, you're
Hmm.
gonna need it. That's all I can say. Nicole, you may want to save it for just family and friends, but I'm just telling you, in order to communicate with them, you're gonna have to be more patient.
Yeah. You have to baby them almost. Okay. Can I get you some juice before we get started? You want a cookie?
Let me fluff up your pillow.
Fluff up your pillow?
Right.
Do you have any mommy or daddy issues while we're at it?
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Meow,
evening.
meow, meow, meow,
I
meow,
was
meow, meow, meow,
Excuse the
meow.
I was just
background
gonna
noise.
say I thought I was sensitive because when I was younger I used to just get frustrated when people would say certain things to me, but I don't know these people. I don't even compare. I was like, dang,
Yeah, and he
they
was and he wasn't that young. He was 36. He's 35, 36.
oh
He's not like he was 23. He was 36.
oh
Came right, ask a grown ass man a direct question and get a direct answer. Not anymore though.
mm-hmm.
because they feel a
Mm-hmm.
certain kind of way.
Mm-hmm. How many countries in Africa have you been to? I said two. Well, that's not enough. You haven't seen them all. How many have you been to? Well, none.
Uh-oh. He ain't been a nun.
And I said, well, nigga, how you gonna tell me? Have you been out of sight of the United States? No.
Look at this article. Read the article.
I did read it. And I actually had to. I said, read it out loud. I said, well, I don't want. You can read the article. No, you read it. We got time. Read it out loud.
I
Okay,
mean, they
ladies, y'all
act
gotta
as
mute
if
now.
That's Janelle. What you doing? You driving, Janelle?
No, I'm actually not doing anything.
Okay, we got like fan noise or something. What's
You're
going on?
humming.
Okay.
Y'all mute
That
before y'all come in here
is my
regardless.
laptop, but I'll mute until I have something to
Okay,
say.
okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
yeah. But they act like somebody writing an article means something. Like dumb people don't write articles every day. Like people on BuzzFeed write articles and they don't even be making sense. Me talking about something. These top 10 things of the 90s, and the shit came out in like 87 or 2002. Like, no.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone.
Rice, what's going on?
Greetings,
Hey,
Hello.
how
greetings.
are you? Hey, I'm Char. Hey, everyone.
Is it snowing up there?
You know, it did snow, but it's melting, and I'm so happy.
Did the
I'm,
groundhog see its shadow?
not yet, but I'm ready for it. I'm so tired of this snow. Like, it's ridiculous. Yep.
It's nice. First of the month, check
Mm.
time, and
Mm.
I heard some woman yelling at her man. So I guess she's in charge of the money.
Leaders of the black community.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. He should have established the angry man standard, huh?
Something.
Mm-hmm.
Hi
Y'all ever seen
everyone.
a lady?
Greetings.
Hey, Thalia.
Hey.
Greetings. Yes, yeah, I'm getting the wind from the north, so I'm like, damn, I'm already feeling chilly.
Where you at? You in
I'm
Florida,
in
aren't you?
Miami,
Yeah.
yes.
What's the temperature in Miami?
It's right now in the 70s.
And that's chilly.
Yes, I
Okay.
know. I'm a
Wow.
Floridian.
Well,
I am a
well,
Floridian.
well, put some clothes on, girl.
I do have clothes on.
We can't come out half naked.
No. Uh, no, I'm working like, well, it's really much of a peaceful work.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's pretty much of a peaceful work right now. Ain't nothing going on too much.
Okay.
I'm front desk.
Okay. You in the air conditioner. That's why it's chilly.
Yeah, that's pretty much why.
Okay. White folks have to have it at least a good 65 before they're
I
comfortable.
don't know why.
Because they're
That's
polar bears. They
I
don't like the heat.
can't. Then why they in South Africa if they don't like heat? It's damn it hot over there.
They want it in small doses.
It's not small at all.
They want to go outside and then go back inside with the air conditioning.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they want to do.
Hmm.
My front desk be easy though. It's just an overnight front desk security thing, and it's pretty easy.
Okay. All right.
So how's everybody? How's everybody's like week so far? Because I've seen a lot of drama unfold.
Yeah, it was been busy this week. I guess things are getting serious because it's real busy.
Yeah, because like I guess everybody, like all the Pan Africans, are getting mad at the was it hashtag
It,
ADOS,
yeah.
and I'm like, I'm not really mad at that. I'm like, I'm not even mad at that at all because yeah, y'all put in the work.
Yeah.
Y'all out of all the black diaspora, the black Americans put in the most work.
Yeah, but then everybody wants their rent paid though. I still get my rent paid, and somebody might be
Oh,
coming for
so it's
my
kind of
job.
it's kind of
Yeah.
like it's kind of like cousins. Like I know a couple of cousins of mine.
Uh,
They they're living together, and like it's a problem because
Mm-hmm.
one of them don't like paying on time,
Yeah.
and the other one got cough up money. Like, bruh,
Mm-hmm.
put in your own work. But I think the ADOS is working because I see a lot of people, responding to it. So
Yeah, because it's working like the opposite because the more people push back against it, the more people come on board to actually push the other way.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's what's happening. They actually bring more attention to it by actually these ADOS beefs going back and forth.
yeah. Well, I don't see the problem. I think in my idea, I think like Black Americans, native born Black Americans should not have to pay taxes at all. I don't think y'all should because number one, y'all were forced to
Hmm.
be over there. It's not
Hmm.
like y'all wanted to be over there. There's a difference between force and wanting. I think most Black Americans need to band together like the Native Americans say, look,
Hmm.
this is why we should not have to pay taxes. We
Hmm.
don't owe Uncle Sam nothing. That's just my opinion. Like no taxes or anything.
Which is what everybody's afraid of.
And if why?
Because that means they have to pay more, or they're
Oh
gonna,
well, well.
or they won't get the loans or the contracts or the or the spots in school that they're used
Oh
to
well.
getting.
Listen. They pay the Japanese
Hmm.
reparations. They pay the Jews who should have been paid, who got paid by the Germans.
Hmm.
They paid who else? They paid a lot of other folks. I mean, yeah, Black Americans don't have to pay taxes at all.
Hmm.
I don't believe.
Yeah.
And this is like my belief. Like y'all should not have to pay taxes.
Well, I don't think the say that the other 90 or 80 OS folks are actually upset with that. What they're thinking is that okay, um, if my kid is going to school and I'm getting affirmative action spots for my kid that that will normally go to native Black folks, my kid won't get it. Or the job I have is basically I get a check mark because I'm Black. I actually get the position. It won't go to me no more. It actually go to somebody else. That's what they're worried about
Well,
more than anything else. That's
they're
what they're
worried
worried
about
about.
the
Hmm.
education.
Well, yeah. I mean, going to college, it basically be harder for them to get in because more when native born Blacks actually fill those spots because they fill a Black spot. If they get out of school and they get a job, they fill a Black spot. That's a check mark.
Oh well, I'd be like, I'll just tell them, listen, hold your nuts. I'll be honest. If I was a Black American, I
Mm,
know my family are born immigrants. Like my
mm,
family, well, Panama is considered like an American because American owned the Panama Canal for a
mm,
while. So it's
mm.
like my grandparents had the American citizenship easy
Okay.
because they were on the Panama Canal and they were
Mm,
next to Colón. They were born in Amarante and Colón.
mm,
And my dad's family, under the UK British,
mm,
I have family who's part of the Windrush. And yes, I was saying that yes, the Windrush group should get their fair due share because hell,
mm.
they helped rebuild England.
Yeah.
They did the most work out of everybody because majority of the white British were wiped out.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for like it just like I mean, cause like if I yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, but like I just think the Windrush and the Black Americans should get their fair due share.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I can't get mad because I'm sure like I know a lot of Brazilians are fighting back against their government because of all the corruption and BS that they're
Mm,
dealing with, and they're
mm,
like, listen, that y'all owe us, all of us,
mm.
a piece of that pie.
Yeah. Yep. And Americans be the first one to actually say, yeah, pay them. You need to share, get a piece of that pie. Be the
Yeah.
first one to say it. But they're not used to us saying it.
On this elevator or the one we took?
So I think it's just new. I think they'll get used to it. But they can't do anything about it anyway. So them complaining just makes it worse.
Yeah. Well, this is a lot of chatter. It's very interesting conversation.
What have you heard, Charles?
Um, I heard that Africans are saying they should be included. I'm hearing that what took us so long to say something? Who came up with this? Just a lot of chatter.
Yeah, well, I think it was always there.
Hmm.
It's just that it's now being outspoken more, and I think Black Americans are just fed up with the bullshit. And I agree. I was like, listen, I'm not mad. Like me and my cousin Sora, we were talking about. It's like, I'm not really mad about that. Like they should get their turn. Like shit, they're the ones who actually did a lot in America.
Hmm.
Hold on, one
Yeah.
quick.
All right.
I've been hearing a lot of black people just uh well, I guess throwing each other under the bus, like foreign black people,
Hmm.
because you got like the Caribbeans. They're all like, "Well, it's messed up that ADOS isn't including us because we were slaves too," and but fuck them Africans though. Like I've heard some of
Oh,
them say that. I was all like, "Oh."
wow.
Yeah, everybody want a piece of the boat, huh? Hmm.
And then you got like some of the Africans, they got a problem with it. Then they got some Caribbeans who have a problem with it. Then they got
Mhm.
some people who are actually kind of cool with it. They're like, well, yeah, y'all do deserve that and stuff. So I've heard all different types of stuff. And some people have said it's divisive, and some
Hmm.
people are like, nah, I want my cut.
I like the fact some people say, well, if you give it to them, they ain't gonna know what to do with it. They're gonna spin it up. I'm like, well,
That's none
that's
of
what
their
it's
business.
for to spin.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now what?
Set up shop and get some of that money that's coming your way.
Mhm. I mean, they're
Yeah.
they're probably right, but at the same time, that's not their business. So,
Well, who cares?
Hmm.
That's more so the point. Who cares?
I hope they keep complaining. They keep complaining, the news will spread further.
Yeah.
hmm
Mhm. I told them if you don't like it, stay out of the way. Nobody asked you in the first place.
But you know what? I think a lot of people, a lot of immigrants are starting to wake up. Black people ain't gonna hold them no more.
Well,
Black Americans are like, I'm fed up with this shit. Everybody's gonna hold their own nuts, and like everybody's now seeing the ugly side of like white America. Like, oh no shit, Sherlock. Like the Asians are complaining they can't get accepted into the universities, and guess who's blocking them? It's not really black people
it's
or
the
the
white
might.
people. The white
Yeah,
people. Yeah, white people saying there's too many of y'all. And now they're
yeah,
hmm
using affirmative action to actually fight their case. But we
yeah.
don't believe in affirmative action. You do today, huh? When it's
When it's
advantageous to you,
convenient, when it's
when it's convenient to
convenient.
you. Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, oh well. Yeah, like there's like a lot of incidents with other groups of people who are like, man, I said, listen, if it wasn't for Black America, y'all asses wouldn't be here in the first place.
Yeah, that's true.
Please,
That
please.
that's true.
That's like one person they said on Obsidian's panel like last week. The guy, he seemed cool besides this one point that just really sounded stupid. He said that Black Americans have already gotten reparations through
No, they never.
welfare.
No,
And
they
I
never
was
did.
like,
Oh
but the
my.
majority of people on welfare ain't even black. And not every black person gets not reparations, welfare.
Hmm.
So I'm
Right.
all like, well, I'm not on welfare. So where's my reparations? Like,
Yeah. I had that. I wanted to ask that question
Hmm.
myself. I'm like, well, um, where do we sign up? Because I didn't get mine.
yeah,
I wanted to know. I'm like, well, where do I sign up? But of course, I couldn't ask the person that.
Well, basically we had to go to Becky because Becky took the most of it. If that's
Yeah,
oh
reparations,
yeah,
that's
I
trillions of
mean, but that
that's trillions of dollars that actually went
and
to Becky. Yeah.
Becky squandered it, and now like white men are feeling bad, like shit. I should have gave it to the black man.
Because now she's sitting up there getting in her own man's face,
Yeah, see, I'm talking
acting
about
crazy.
he tell him he ain't shit.
hmm
That's what's happening. I
Yeah.
I got the 6-figure job, and you're just a mailman.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Got to
But
qualify for benefits. I couldn't believe it when I heard it that welfare was reparations. I really couldn't believe it. You got to apply for it. Okay, why was it just given? Come on, son.
Mhm.
Got to do a little
Um,
bit more better.
Mm-hmm.
More better.
Tell Becky to hold her own ovaries.
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And what is this thing with women that they've been married,
Mm-hmm.
have children, uh, a big career,
Mm-hmm.
corporate, and
Mm-hmm.
then they become, I guess, bisexual or lesbian. I've been reading about that quite
Uh
often in
oh,
magazines.
they probably always lean that way. But the thing is, women don't take care of women.
No,
Mhm.
they don't.
And basically, when you've had your kids, been married, have your own money, then you don't need money from men. So you explore the other option.
Oh,
Yeah, because I hear and I
okay.
know women that were lesbians in their youth, and got tired of women because women don't take care of women. And so in their old age, they want to be taken care of, so they want to go to men.
Mm. Mhm.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
extreme, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a
Yeah.
family friend. She got caught cheating on her husband with a woman way back when she was married,
Mm-hmm.
and the husband was like, "I didn't know whether to be mad or be turned on."
Oh boy.
What did
two,
I miss? What
two,
did I miss?
two for the price of one, huh?
hmm But of
Mhm.
course, they didn't stay together much longer after that.
Yeah. He might.
What?
He should have joined in. She's not gonna stick around anyway. So, and
Mm-mm.
and then
Well,
only
she was
and then only
the
wait.
lady she was cheating on him with. They were together for a good, like maybe 10 years after they got the divorce.
Okay, well, hey, her real self came out,
Oh
hmm
wow.
so you might as well
Yeah.
enjoy it. Enjoy the both of them until until it,
Oh Lord.
until it petered out.
Oh
And
my god.
See, that's wrong, BGS. You
why?
shouldn't be promoting that woman having two lovers.
Yeah. If
No,
if if you
no.
can't change the situation, take advantage of the situation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can't beat them, join them. Is that what
My
you're saying?
all
Yes,
my
is
girlfriends ask me, what if you came home and I was in bed having sex with a man? I said, give him the house keys and the bills.
Good plan. Good plan.
You wouldn't be mad. I'd be mad, but I still give him the house keys and the bills
Mhm.
because that's your woman now.
Oh wow.
Okay.
If she said why if you're having sex in my bed with another man, that means you chose him over me. That you're his woman because you don't have no respect for me. Neither does he. You guys belong together. So here's the keys. Here's the bills, and here's the car note needs to be paid tomorrow, right? So get your check out. I'm gonna be here packing my shit while you guys go ahead and finish up. I'm gonna be here packing my stuff. I'm getting ready to leave because I'm not gonna want her after that. Ain't no sense in me even fronting. Okay, if she does that, I'm not gonna want her anyway. So why hit him?
Yeah.
Pack my stuff. Say, hey, you know what? Good luck to you, bro. And I put a camera up or something like that because the same thing that happened to me could happen to you.
Okay. And then give
Nah,
them a
nah,
fist
brother, it
pump.
ain't like that. What do you mean? It ain't like that. So I should beat your ass instead of that, right?
No, I ain't seen all that.
Well, here's in the car note and here's the keys. You guys have a lot to discuss.
Okay, work that out.
Work that out.
Mm-mm.
It's cold. It's cold blooded, but I've always been that way. You either with me or you're not. If you ain't with me, you know what? I know when I'm not wanted. Exit stage left.
Right. No sense
Yeah.
fighting.
Ain't no sense of fighting. Oh, you cheated on me. How could you do it? Blah 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 blah. Here's the keys. Here are the bills.
Yeah, if I'm gonna cry, it's not gonna be right here. We're gonna take care of this logically, and then I'm gonna go somewhere, and then I'm gonna go cry. But
Yeah,
BGS.
people just like
Yes,
the
sir.
drama
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
gonna
about.
be you're gonna be singing "I saw you walking
And
in
him.
the rain."
with hush puppy wearing nigga. I would say, don't touch that coat.
Right.
that's right.
Mhm. See, I wouldn't see, but I
Oh my
chill. But
god.
I chilled. I chilled.
Oh
Right.
my god. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Empty the bank account and
Right.
Mhm.
cut up all your credit cards. You ain't
Right.
had them no more.
Mhm.
Yep, exactly what I would do. Mhm. Mhm.
That's right.
you,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm you. You just you cornflakes without the milk.
Right.
Oh wow.
Dry.
Yep.
Real dry.
Like I was listening to you guys panel with Cerulean, and it was funny. This that dude on the chat was funny. I was like, what?
Which one? The African
Uh,
dude?
yeah.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah. He
Mm.
said talk about if you're in the army, would you shoot other Africans? I said, nigga, you just worry about where the guns are pointed. You ain't worried about us.
Mm.
So get out of here. Would you kill other Africans? I said, y'all kill other Africans every day. You're not worried about them, but you expect us to worry about it. Get out of here. A South African calling from Australia. Come on.
What the hell is going on between the sheets in my home? Baby, wait, let me explain
Oh
before
boy.
I
You ain't
start to
shit.
point your cane. You're about to have a fit. Oh, it's about to be some. How did I get into?
Okay, I'm done.
I remember that too.
Yeah, I love that
You
song.
never
You gotta,
came home with this bitch.
yeah, yeah. You gotta leave this place because I'm about to catch a case.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Pull out that sword.
I
Baby, wait,
like
let me explain.
I like how you know my name, son. I'm
Right.
like,
Oh my goodness.
The main one when they lie to you.
Well, oh, the baby wait, I was gonna tell you.
Yeah, yeah. If you're not being lied to, that means she don't respect you. Okay, she don't want to keep you.
mm.
I don't care if he goes.
Right.
I'm gonna tell him the truth. When they lie to you, they want to hold on to you. I was trying to sneak. I was trying to get mines in around you. Everybody lies to the number one.
That makes sense.
You can't lie to the number two because she has to know what she looks like, and what her name is, in case she runs across her.
Mm. All right.
If you see this girl and this is her name, you know you need to lie, right?
Hold your head down.
Hold
Look the other
no,
way.
no. You want to do that? No, that's a dead giveaway. Why is this girl running from me? You guys pick up on cues like that. You know that
Well, that's true.
a woman with a guilty look, she put her head down and walked the other way. You're gonna follow her, won't you?
Yeah.
Do I
Well,
know
you
you?
should.
Do I know you from somewhere? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You looked at me like you knew me. I heard that story so many times, boy. How dude gets caught. She looked at me, looked down, and walked the other way. I know that. I said, I know he been messing with her because she got that look on her face. hmm So I chased her down for 6 blocks until I caught up with her.
Mm. Yeah, that is a telltale sign.
It is a telltale sign. Women, That's what you don't want her to do. You want her to say hi and keep going.
hmm
Act normal.
Act normal.
Mm-mm.
Because first thing you do is look like you've seen a ghost. Put your head down and walk the other way. That's a dead telltale sign.
Yeah.
How she know me? Because I don't know her. I never met her. How she know me? And then after you go through the progression, she don't have her lie together. Do you know James?
Who?
Oh.
I had this guy one time I was dating for a short period of time,
hmm
and his ex. At that time, we had pagers. I
hmm
know a lot of you all don't know what that is, but a long time ago, when we had pagers back
Oh,
in the
that,
We know
90s.
oh,
what that is.
that was the shit.
I
Those
remember
pagers.
pagers. My dad had one.
Well, we had some pagers at that time. That was our
Mm,
main communication.
mm,
And the woman got a hold of my pager,
mm.
my home phone number, because
Damn.
she had went through his. I'm trying to think. Did she go through? She went through, I think, his pager or something like that. She hacked something,
Mm,
and her sister worked for the Chicago police station, so she was able to get records. And back then, it's the strangest thing. If my phone rang, I pretty much know who it is by time, day, all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, I look, and they left a. No, they didn't. They hung up on my answer machine because I had an answer machine. So I waited to the daytime because most people work 9 to 5. So I waited to about 2 o'clock, called the number back, and got her answer machine. So I played it for the guy. I said, "You know who this woman is?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I'll take care of it." I said, "Okay, make sure you do." And that lady, she started, calling, and ended up giving him a problem because he was a widower, and she actually, I don't know how she did it, but she ended up trying to fight him to get custody of his son, even though it wasn't the woman he was married to. It was their son.
she was trying to get custody of his son.
Yeah, and the man had to take a second mortgage out for attorney fees. I don't know
How
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 she did that. Of
how did
course, she
she?
didn't win.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Of
How did
course,
she?
she did not win.
How did she figure she had the right to his son, his biological son?
All I know, she was a crazy ex,
Oh,
and
okay.
I bowed out. That was a
Oh,
very short term relationship.
yeah. I guess it would be. That is
Yeah.
a good sign when it's time to go.
I guess you say I want that professional man.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If you're a professional guy, you deal with that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy exes. Hell, everybody deals with
hmm
crazy exes. Seems like we put them in rotation or something. They kind of bounce back and forth. You kick her out for a year, she goes someplace else, and another dude handles her for a year, and then she tries to bounce back. I've
Yeah,
And
we
worn out my
all
that's
been
welcome.
doing.
I've worn out my welcome here.
that sounds like a fatal attraction.
Uh, it's a strong imprint.
Shit, that sounds like the storyline to Sex and the City.
With her and Big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carrie and Big, then
Mm,
Carrie and Aiden, then
mm,
Big again, then
mm.
Aiden
And then
again.
it's a triangle,
Mm.
Yeah.
and she's constantly trying to blow up your spot so she can come back to you.
hmm
That's crazy.
Hmm.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we barely,
Yeah.
Janelle.
Barely.
Let me pot you up a little bit. Yeah, but you have to
Oh,
speak a little louder.
okay.
S- So you're not underneath that fan no more, huh?
Oh my God.
Uh-huh. Who are you with in the fan? It sounds like one of the motel fans.
I was
Yeah.
with my BGS lookalike.
doing some of that Ethan Hunt stuff, undercover, huh?
I was getting counseling.
You're getting counsel. Okay. I'm not. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah, but in reference to what you guys are talking about, I was saying that people go where they feel comfortable.
Say that again, Janelle.
You sound far away.
You're not in the bathroom whispering, are you?
In the middle of the
No.
room.
I'm actually trying to fix my phone. Could you
Okay.
hear me?
Okay. Yes, that's much better.
They have Obama phones way down there.
That's flightless wireless.
Tell you
What's
what,
Uh,
you
going on
send
with
uh,
me one.
That's flightless bird phone, huh? The Obama phone. Huh?
You
Y'all
send
can't
me
do
one.
that
I
to
can use them
Janelle.
quickly.
No, just joking.
Yeah, my
Never
grandson
that with her.
my grandson has an Obama phone because my mother, who's 80 years old, was in the 99-cent store and got an Obama phone for my grandson.
Oh,
Oh
It's
wow.
free.
and are they gonna pay my phone bill too?
Yes.
Yeah, up to a certain amount.
And then BGS fund will cover the other.
Oh, you put now. I'm not Obama now. I don't have his money. So what were you gonna say, Janelle?
And I was just saying that people go to where they feel comfortable. So even though things may not have been, they may not have had the best relationship with that individual.
You got
It's
to speak
like
up a little bit
not
more, baby,
stepping.
because we can barely hear you.
It's like not stepping out of their comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
So
Come on.
even though it was bad,
Uh-huh.
it's what I'm accustomed to.
Yeah. Normally, you comfortable because it's something that you experienced in childhood. You're comfortable with that kind of situation, and it's almost like an imprint. You pick certain people for certain reasons, even initially.
Understood.
So in other words, they'll always come back to that guy, huh? Is that what you're saying, Janelle?
And for some folks, yes, because
Mm-hmm.
comfortable. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
for others, if you realize that maybe that wasn't the best person for you, it was, or if it wasn't the best environment for you, then you'll seek something else, something new.
Or you keep picking the same guy every time without even knowing about it.
Oh.
Like 10 guys in a row, and they're all they look back, hey, they're basically the same guy with different faces, which is what
Yeah.
usually happens. You find a guy the same type,
Hmm.
unless you
Khalil,
had
your
the.
background noise, girlfriend.
Yeah, that's the city. That's the
Mhm, yeah. But anyway, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
That's all about it. Well, one thing I really wanted to know when you guys were giving advice, because I do need some.
I don't hear her now.
I can barely hear it too.
Can you hear me better
Yeah,
now?
Yeah,
we
need
do
to,
now.
yeah, we need to send her an Obama phone.
Please. I
Oh, much better.
actually
There you go.
I actually need to purchase a new laptop, but I'm not sure which brand I should purchase. Do you guys have any recommendations?
Mm,
Acer. Acer.
you talking about a laptop or talking about a phone?
Yeah, a laptop.
Laptop.
Well, a laptop. Laptop.
Mm,
Acer.
what's your budget?
Around 1,000, and I need to make sure that it's one that like doesn't have like much viruses on it, or I wouldn't have to depend on buying like purchasing like an extra security system.
Oh, you talking about a Mac?
Um, Something I normally get HP, but then I would still have to turn around and spend estimated, I guess, like four and change to get like Geek
Mm,
Squad or something to that extent. So I
mm,
was just trying to bypass all of that and just get a laptop where it has like a great security system.
mm. Most of it, most antivirus is usually cheap, and Windows comes up with its own antivirus. I mean, the anti, what do they call it? Another type of antivirus. But the thing is, you can get free antivirus over the web. You don't have to buy it.
And it works really good.
Yeah, yeah, it's what I use.
And I mean, not necessarily to be in personal business, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Do you stream movies online?
Do I stream movies online?
Yeah,
Uh,
like sometimes.
yeah, oh, all the time.
Okay.
But what is it? Because the antivirus won't stop everything, but
Yeah.
but yeah, the antivirus will stop like 90% of it, and then if you want something, there's different kinds of malware. Like there's malware prevention and built into Windows, and then you get a free antivirus, and then if you want something a little bit better, what, $20 a year or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money.
Okay. Well, when I do get my laptop, I'll connect back with you to
Yeah.
see which system you use.
My laptop is Lenovo Yoga,
Okay.
but if you don't need the touch screen or anything like that, then um, Lenovo is probably about the best. Acer is normally cheaper, a cheaper brand.
And why would you say Lenovo is the best?
Basically, Lenovo was used to be IBM
Okay.
back in the day, and then the company that made them, Lenovo, which is a Chinese company, actually bought the rights to them. So they've been making these laptops for what, uh, 30 years, 40 years, something like that. Like yeah, damn near 40 years.
And it doesn't have touchscreen.
You can get them with touchscreen, like mine does. Mine has pen support and touchscreen. So, and what did I pay for it? I paid what a little over $500 for it.
And how long have you had it for now?
Mm, about maybe a year and a half.
Okay.
Basically, I still have my I still have well, I don't break anything anyway. I still have a laptop I've had for like 10 years.
And it's a Lenovo as well, or what's that brand?
This was I forget what it was now. But Lenovo is actually a premium brand. That's why I say Lenovo, because that's a business brand. Because the other than say like buying it directly from Microsoft, which is probably top of the heap, Lenovo is probably a premium brand.
Okay.
Like I said, back because that's a business brand. You can actually buy the consumer or the business, but most business guys buy Lenovo.
Because it's reliable.
It's reliable. Yeah, it's made to a certain standard. It's metal instead of plastic. The keys are actually pretty well done, and if you don't get an Apple, Lenovo's probably comparable to what Apple
Okay.
actually does as far as quality.
And is it the Lenovo comparable to HP as well?
I would put Lenovo over HP.
Why is that?
Um, the quality for HP, in my opinion, uses a little bit too much plastic for my taste.
Okay. But when it comes to the system and the hardware setup and the gigabytes, etc.,
Basic with the build is probably most important. The screen is probably second. And that varies depending on how much you want to pay, because the better the screen, the more money you have to pay. Um,
okay.
and then but the guts of the system are usually pretty much the same. same processor, pretty much the same memory, the same drives for the most part, and it's just how premium the build actually is. And basically, I like Lenovo is because it's a good balance between the two. And it has a certain quality standard it has to meet to be a Lenovo because their reputation actually matters to them. HP, I've seen HP laptops. You get some good ones, you get some bad ones, depending on the model.
Maybe like a Pavilion or a Envy,
Huh?
or a Pavilion or a Envy. I'm not sure
If
if
you're
you're
going
familiar
HP,
with it.
probably an Envy more than a Pavilion.
Okay.
Pavilion is more consumer oriented,
And the Envy, you would say, is the better
a little bit more
laptop.
towards business.
Okay. Okay. Well, I will definitely consider my options before purchasing. The only difficult thing is that normally when I purchase my laptop, the company does not ship to the Virgin Islands, so I will have to get it shipped to a family member or a friend in the mainland and
Hmm.
then have them ship it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only difficult thing.
Yeah. And Julian says the
Mm.
same thing about Lenovo's.
Okay,
Yeah, he's in Brussels.
good. Good to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. They used to be really expensive back in the day, but they've come down a bit.
Well, that would be my next one when I need one.
Yeah, because we had to do something. I brought it out, and my play brother, he said, "Wow, this is nice because it's thin, it's light, and it has a pen you can actually draw on the screen, that kind of stuff." So,
Cool.
they have a bigger one that's a little heavier, a little beefy, bigger screen, but I wanted to be light and thin. So I picked a 13-inch.
The 13. Normally, I get the 17
Oh, okay. You need a desktop replacement.
inch.
Yeah, I'm serious.
I like the 17 inch,
Well, that's a desktop,
but
but you don't carry it around.
uh,
Hmm.
sometimes I do when I travel, but not often.
Yeah. See, I don't. For my laptop, I like them to be light because they have a
Okay.
big desktop. That's what I use. Like my setup, I have two screens,
Yeah.
and I have to
Oh,
edit video.
definitely. Yeah.
And I edit video. I can't do that on a laptop. It's kind of too small for me.
But you use your Lenovo and you connect that to the two screens.
Yeah, but the thing is, um, no laptop is going to be beefy as a desktop. It just isn't because they can't. There's only so much space you can places to actually put things in it. So in other words, to get the equivalent a laptop to do the same thing that a desktop does, they have to spend like $1,500 more just to get the equivalent processing power.
Okay, because I'm not exactly sure
Hmm.
what I want to do, but I do know that I want to get like another stream of income, and I do want to focus on building a website. So
Hmm.
I need a laptop that's suitable for those needs.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be a desktop replacement. So you need something a little beefier. You might want to spend a little bit more than $1,000 then,
Okay.
because you want at least an i7, at least an i7. You might want to wait till
Hmm.
the new AMDs can actually come out because new AMDs probably give you more cores and a little bit more power.
And that's the AMD for Lenovo, or is that for another brand?
Well, the thing is, that's the chip they're gonna put in it. I don't think Lenovo's actually gonna use it. More like be HP or Acer will actually use those. But when they come out, they should be coming out in. They announced them, so probably like another month or so with a new battery of chips because Intel had kind of hit like a roadblock about
Mm.
how smart they can make their chips.
I
But
have a question. Oh,
yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
um,
Go ahead.
I got a question to ask. Since the the Samsung 10 models came out. How
Hmm.
do you feel about that 5G? Because I know the Samsung 10 models have 5G in them. Is it good, bad, indifferent?
5G is the future because it's faster, more capable. So if you can move to if you in the market for a phone actually move up, well, what's going to happen is 4G and everything else is actually going to get much cheaper. So that's what's happening to 4G. All the old phones, old plans, are actually going to get much cheaper. But 5G is supposed to be. I haven't tried 5G, so 5G is supposed to be faster and more ubiquitous. But do they have 5G in Miami?
They're now trying to build some, not in Miami per se, but like in the middle of Florida. And since
Ah,
they're still launch, I don't know.
in other words, until 5G comes, wait to buy the phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
was like,
if, don't buy something where you don't need it yet,
yeah.
because basically the phone, there's only so much better they can actually make the phone because they're reaching toward the limit of what they can actually do with a phone.
Hmm.
So a 2-year phone is probably just as good as the 8 is probably as good as the 10,
Yeah.
except for a few little tweaks. In fact, they don't even have any more selling points because they can't make the phones too much bigger. The battery life is pretty constrained. Software is probably towards its limit, so there's not much you can actually do anymore. That's how come they have the folding phone,
Mm.
a new gimmick.
You mean the
Which
flip phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you actually it folds and you actually open it up. It turns into like a small tablet,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like $2,000 for the phone.
My God.
Yeah, who's gonna buy that?
Yeah, I don't
You
talk
know
that
what?
much.
What do you think about them saying that? And I haven't really gone in really deep into deep and like research, but they're saying that it will increase exposure to radio frequency electromagnet fields.
Yeah,
Fields.
yeah, because when the build out, the 5G build out is not really for, and Mike actually talked about this like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
5G is not really for phones. 5G is for automated systems like self-driving cars,
Mm-hmm.
drones, and that kind
Mm-hmm.
of stuff.
Right.
That's what it's for. Well, you
Exactly.
know that because you work in that field.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they've been
Yeah.
talking about the rollout of 5G for self-driving cars for the most part.
Right.
Yeah, Internet of Things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for phones.
Well, phones are just if you have it, you might as well. Well, they need the cell carriers to actually put it in their phones for the build out, right? The
Mm-hmm.
carriers, the cell phone carriers want to actually build the cell towers if they don't need them. So if you don't put it on the phone, they won't build them, will they? And you
Right.
need them to be part of the network.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, so it there's a method to the madness.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, there's some. I think there's a video, some articles. I haven't got a chance to read them yet, but
Hmm.
it is a concern
Oh yeah, but
how it would change your body.
yeah, but they're gonna go ahead with it anyway because
Right.
China's already done it, so
Mm.
they need to keep up.
Mm.
China will probably have autonomous cars, well, basically on the road, probably full time in another year or so. And they have to
Yeah.
keep up. So your health concerns be damned.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't
do not
care.
care.
Just
Yeah.
just just like your jobs be damned.
All I want to say is they don't really care about
Nah,
us.
that's
Not us.
True.
Nope. He told you that years ago, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. Just like the auto workers. We're gonna move more plants back into the US. Yeah, but the
right.
robots will be coming with it.
Right.
Mm.
Hmm.
And you're gonna be out of a job, so
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
we. You'll find out. We're not gonna tell you right now, though. You know.
They never do they?
Nope.
They never do. They one day they line you. You see the robots coming in these crates, and everybody starts scratching their heads. What is this for?
Right.
and they sit there for like a month as the engineers actually go through and start creating these things, and then they do. One day you walk in and say, "Before you get started, everybody come over here." You know what I'm talking about, Rice? Mm-hmm. We
Before
want to
you
make
get
an announcement.
started,
Yeah, before.
everybody come over here. Or even worse, they'll put
Mm-hmm,
like a little note on everybody's desk
mm-hmm,
or office desk, and
mm-hmm,
you'll start reading it like, "What the heck is this?"
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And he said, "I knew it. I knew it."
Right. I knew I
Mm-hmm.
should have left.
Mm-hmm.
And go where? You're
Well,
gonna tell me now.
well, they'll tell you, "Oh, we're implementing robots, and we're gonna put them in. They're gonna be cobots. You're not losing your job, so
Right.
everybody relax."
Right.
And you know
Then you
they're
get hit
lying.
with the buyout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna give you triple your salary. You'll be okay.
You'll be okay. Hmm. I knew I shouldn't have bought that new car.
Right. I knew I should have bought that new car.
Yeah.
Now I'm out here.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it's gonna end up like Rome, like a lot, like what's the Roman history was talking about, where like the Roman citizens decide to leave their rulers,
Mhm.
and the rulers had to make a deal. I think that's what's gonna happen.
They did that with the they did when it with the patricians, right? The ruling parties, right? And then the
Mhm.
plebes were getting dealt such a bad deal they just left. And so they had to ask. That's where the Roman we call it the people's house or the Congress, right? The plebeian
Yeah.
Congress actually got formed. Okay, we're gonna give you representation if you come back. So they all came back. They got representation, much like the Congress, the People's House.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Congress actually set up just like Rome, with the Senate, with the rich folks, and then the People's House, which is the Congress, people's
Ugh.
representative.
Oh, that's funny.
Hmm.
I have a question for you, BTS.
Yes, ma'am.
So when this actually takes place,
Hmm.
what's gonna happen to like individuals' debt, whether it's through loans or mortgages, etc.? Because obviously,
Ah, okay. They haven't decided, but
Mhm.
word's probably going to happen with. That's where the universal basic income actually comes in, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
The problem with the debt cancellation or what they call jubilee is the people that are actually retired and depend on that income won't have any income. How do you handle that? UBI. So they're gonna
Mhm.
come in and say, okay, canceling all debts. Whatever you have, you have. You're gonna start from scratch.
Mhm.
Mm.
But the thing is, if you have any investments, they're all dead.
Wow.
Wow.
So Social Security, um, a retirement, all that stuff is dead. It's all canceled.
So should I
Damn.
like stop paying into that from now?
You can start paying into. Well, I don't. What I'm not
I'm
going to tell
just
you.
joking.
I'm not going to tell you that because I don't can't predict the future. I wouldn't tell you that.
uh,
What I'm saying is, if worse comes to worse, this is probably what's going to happen. If
Mm.
okay.
if they run out of jobs or put in automation, UBI is probably going to happen, and then they'll just do debt cancellation,
Wow.
which is
But
jubilee.
will you still own your land?
That is a good question because I don't know. I don't know how
Yeah.
because it's never happened before.
Mhm.
Normally, everything goes back to where it was. So you might
Mm.
have to buy it again. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I really don't because it never
Yeah.
happened before.
I mean, it's a mystery. We gotta wait to see the 2020s.
Yeah, yeah.
2020s are going to be very interesting because the millennials, the Z generation, and the Alpha generation. That's going to be something that
Yeah, yeah.
we have to like really reassess the situation. We're already open Pandora's box already. So
Hmm.
how we handle it is a different story.
Yeah. Nicole probably can tell us more.
I'm
Oh,
all
she's
ears,
drinking
Nicole.
wine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, cause like I've seen a lot of folks going into mad deep depression because of this.
Yeah, that's why you have all these white people killing themselves on opioids
Yep.
because there's no way out. There really is no way out. You're trying to hold on to what you have and try to get the skills that you can so you can actually ride out this storm.
Is it true that more white folks are dying from opioids than African Americans did, like in the crack and the heroin era?
I
Well,
think
crack
it.
and heroin never really do damage. What did African American damage is like gang violence and like
Yeah, basically, yeah. It basically not a lot of people died. You can't really die on crack. It's very difficult. But
yeah,
you lose your house, lose your money, put you on the street, but you're not gonna die.
yeah.
But the opioids are actually killing people. Like last count was like 72,000 last year,
Wow.
and that's not including the suicides, or not including the people that almost killed themselves but didn't quite make it.
Man, you seeing a lot of rich folks dying. I've been like, I work down in downtown Miami.
Hmm.
Ain't that but folk, rich folk dying. I was like, damn, is that bad?
Yeah, they're overdosing. Well, yeah, because
They put a lot of money in there for in the tax bill for them too.
hmm they're gonna have to slow it down at least. Too many people are actually dying.
Yeah.
I mean that. I mean, well, I like I said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. The chickens are coming home to roost. That's
Hmm.
all it is. You know, when you overstretch your empire and you inflict more pain than you ought to, it's going to bite you back in the ass. It just, it just is. Like it is what it is.
Is what it is.
I took the Spike Spiegel approach from Cowboy Bebop. If anybody knows, check it out.
Cowboy Bebop. There's a nerd reference for you all.
Uh,
Yeah, but that's gonna happen. That's gonna be worldwide. It can't be slowed down.
Yeah, the whole automation. They were talking that with Joe Rogan and
Hmm.
some professor, I think from UCLA.
Hmm.
I think I don't know, but they were talking about the UBI, and now they're gonna instead of the GDP, they're gonna try to figure out how to measure like the health and state of a growth and stuff of
Yeah.
a nation. So they're trying to look at Bhutan, the nation, and
Mm-hmm.
how they deal with their citizens and how
Hmm.
happy their citizens are. So a lot of other nations are looking at Bhutan, and I like Bhutan. Like my cousin went there for like a missionary trip, and she
Hmm.
said it's very lovely over there. It's like
Oh, really?
really nice. Yeah, it's really nice. It's just and it's not too far from Nepal and those places.
Okay. But it's small though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's small.
Yeah. Oh, that's the best place to actually do it in a small population. Italy's actually talking about doing it within the next couple of years.
Well, Italy's population is almost non-existent.
I don't know if it's that bad, but yeah.
Yeah, it is almost. It's
Is it?
almost. Yeah, yeah, it's almost. It's like they have more elderly than youth. That's just
Oh
all I
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
say.
yeah. Yeah. Basically, all of Europe is kind of upside down. If it wasn't for immigrants, it would be.
Yeah, yeah,
But they want to kick the immigrants out. So
yeah.
yeah,
They're gonna try to, but then after that, who's gonna pick up the pieces? Because the majority of their genes are recessive.
yeah,
So more recessive breeds more. It just deletes itself
yeah,
from where I standpoint, and a lot of scientists says you guys are gonna die off quickly.
yeah. I think Spain is worse off than Italy. Spain is like
Yeah, it is.
46 million. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just
Yeah, Italy's 60 million.
it's just bad.
Yeah, it's just that's the cycle.
Mhm. Macron trying to tell African women they can't do too much. I was like, well, you got to take care of your own first. Look at your backyard.
Yeah, well, they're trying to slow the African population down.
They can't, no. As much as
Eh,
they would love to, they can try.
well, if they convince the women to do it, yeah, they can do it if they convince the women to do it.
I don't know. Like most African women that I know, like 4 or 5 kids, at least, at
Yeah,
least.
yeah. Until they go to school and they have a career, then it becomes an expense.
Yeah.
With children?
Yes. I feel sad though. Like they treat like I don't know. I just feel bad because they treat children as commodities, and that's like sad though.
The children have always been treated like commodities, especially in the rural areas. You need hands.
Yeah, that's sad. I'm for the kids. I'm really for the kids.
I'm about to scream with that background noise you got.
Oh, all right.
Who?
That's
Where?
yeah, yeah. That's the Leah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right.
I just want to scream right about now. I've been real patient. I've been trying.
Mm,
I just want to scream.
all right.
Lord have mercy.
That's unusual for you.
Yeah.
Certain
Just
things, huh? Or is it just today?
certain things.
Oh.
I'm sorry because they got this radio thing on, so I put it on jazz for you. Is jazz okay?
You can put on whatever you want. Just still your background noise.
I
Mhm.
know.
Take a Midol and tell her to go to sleep.
Okay.
No, not talking to you.
Well,
She knows what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to lower it down. Like I don't know how to lower this down. Maybe. Oh, maybe I can put it right here. Okay. So can y'all hear the little background? Is it too
It,
loud or too?
it's better.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Good. Okay. Yeah, cause like it's late at night and like most of the people are gone. They're like, cause we get a lot of people who come in and are gone the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, pretty much. I was saying yeah, but like Italy, I think Italy, of course Spain, but Italy is pretty there, pretty there.
Yeah, they were just talking about the UBI.
Mm.
Um, I think this week where they actually
They did that, but didn't they do that in Finland though? The UBI.
they did it. Was it? I think it was Norway
It was
for.
Finland or no? It got to be Finland.
It could be Finley. Okay.
I don't think it's Norway.
Yeah, it was in Norway. Yeah, but like, but I see like a lot of white women going down to Latin America and like parts of Africa too. I was like, damn. And they're not really going for like the mixed Latin Americans, like they're not the mulattoes, more like darker skin. Like as dark as my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Like he called me up. He said, "Man, what's wrong with these chicks?" I was like, "Bro, they're desperate. They're desperate."
Oh yeah, it's that
Speaking
time.
of,
Yeah, it's getting close. Yes, it's
And like none of their men have enough viable sperm. That's why they're looking for you now.
oh yeah, yep. That is true. It's when women see the writing on the wall.
I was going to mention how the conversations have been about the
Hmm.
relationship with our women,
Okay, go
black
ahead.
women, and how a lot of us are not cooperative. And unfortunately, which we all heard this conversation over and over again, but hey,
Hmm.
I'll bring it up. Um, if you talk about it, it's a problem.
Hmm.
Of course, the only way you can address something to try to fix it is to have a conversation about it. But it's like you damned if you do and damned if you don't. And um, the conversation turns into, well, you're bashing.
Hmm.
You shouldn't point fingers. Nobody's perfect.
Hmm.
You're not perfect. Look at you. You should be talking about something else.
Hmm.
It's the men's fault, and it just goes on and
Yeah.
on and on,
Yeah.
just a circle jerk, and you never get anywhere.
Hmm.
And I was on a panel. I just hopped on there because I heard that word protection,
Hmm.
And I had hopped on. I just told them, I said, guys, you're being bamboozled. I said, women just started using that term because when social media just got kind of big and they twerking and all that and see the videos and fighting in the street. And as soon as you start pointing the finger like, hey, this behavior is bad. Oh, you doing this in front of your child and you got your own child taking a bathroom of your pictures and all that. And then that's when they like, oh, we need women, we need men to protect us. You're fighting in the street. You want somebody to hop in and
Mm-hmm.
save you from some mess that you done started. Oh, our men don't protect us. Oh no. I'm like, don't fall for that, man. That's all that comes from. If you want to trace it back, you didn't hear that word protection since then. That's
Mm-mm.
when it all began.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought about it, like, oh yeah, I get it. I realized that. I'm like, yeah, you better. Because all it is just having you to try to fall for the okie doke. That's all that is. And
Mm-hmm.
as far as people talking about it, that's another conversation that I've been hearing on different panels that you shouldn't be talking about it because
Mm-hmm.
all that's doing is making us look bad. I'm like, huh? We're already there. Really can't look worse. And you see Obsidian having a good old time with them.
Oh yeah, he had a whole month.
He
Mhm.
having a
Just
good time. He said he gonna continue. He said he's not done.
no, he's gonna get there. He's going to the next victim.
And yeah, the next
Mm.
victim gonna get it. And he gonna have a good old time with that echo box.
Cynthia finally wised up and left him alone and just let it ride out.
It's for the best.
Mhm.
It is for the best.
Let it blow over. I told him he's gonna do 30 days whether you like it or not. So trying to convince him not to is not gonna work.
Yeah, that's a lost cause.
I said, right up sitting. He said, yep. I said, Christmas in February, right up sitting. He said, yep.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, but we have to do better. And even women of age,
Mhm.
I see that you can't even really talk to them too much. They get offended if you say something. They dodge questions as well. They just have a different way, but it's
Mhm.
still, they avoid, don't put the spotlight on them.
Mhm.
I should be able to throw stones and keep it going. I don't want you
Mhm.
to tell me nothing. Oh, no, don't do that. And that's why I say when it comes down with the trolls,
Mhm.
when I be modeling or whatever,
Mhm.
uh, people are kind of getting the hang of it. Like, wait a minute, let's get this troll some attention. Start asking it some questions. What you got going on? Yeah, I say you want attention. Okay, we'll give it to
Mhm. Yeah, I go to this channel and actually troll them.
you.
You send them to my channel, I'm going over to yours. Ask tough
That's
questions.
why I always would say if I, hop on somebody panel, whatever, even if
Uh,
they see me in the chat room,
mhm.
I'm like, I'm around. I'm like, you come over on this side. I say, you're not gonna have all that BS because we're gonna be real over here.
Mhm.
You're gonna be accountable.
Yep.
And I get that. Well, I don't get the need to be right part. I understand it's a part of it, but I get the shame. I get that. I understand what that's all about.
Mhm.
But you can't learn unless you look at it, examine it, and deal with it. You know, that's the only way. You have to look at. Wait a minute, see what I'm doing. Let me
Yeah,
see.
if women take accountability, guys would actually probably shut up. They wouldn't have nothing to say.
I
Yeah,
think
You took
so.
accountability for it. Guys would
Yeah, I
probably
Because
see
you
the
can't
say, well,
learn unless you know what you're doing is wrong. Because if you think that what you're doing is right, your behavior isn't going to change.
the thing is, they know that they're doing wrong. Okay,
mm-hmm.
don't
yeah,
care. It's like
yeah.
the bird getting pregnant. You
Yeah, because
can't say
like
that.
with them.
That's why I was asking Gab. I said, he said, he said that he has internal standards, right? And he said, but you guys don't know that. I said, I said, because you don't speak out on your standards.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? So when a certain flightless bird got pregnant, you didn't come out and say that wasn't the right thing to do, or there should be she should be held accountable. You didn't say none of that. I didn't think it was my job, my job to speak on it.
Yeah.
I said that's fine, but the thing is, you asked us what we thought, so we're not sure
Mm-hmm.
about you because you didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I always look at it. You can take the name off of anything and just point at the behavior and discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it's still a problem. It's
Yeah,
still a problem. You judging, and yeah, you should be paying more attention over there. Look over there.
yeah, but you have a problem with the brothers, walking away from their kids or whatever, or what do you call it, abandoning the women, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
They going
But
to
when
the other side. No,
yeah,
that's not.
I said, but then you didn't stop. You didn't say nothing. You didn't stop talking about Rob, did you? You said something about Rob having, baby mamas and doing what he did. You had no problem talking about him, but you had problem talking about her. Was it-
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
Hamina, hamina, hamina.
Yeah, that's what he did. How many?
they,
That's it. That's what I said.
like they say, birds of a feather flock together.
I believe that he probably has standards, but the thing is, I said, I said, admit it. What you guys like is not the cussing and calling them out their name. Is that you don't like us rubbing women's face in their own mess, right? Rubbing their noses in it. I said, admit it. That's what you don't like. It's not the harsh
Yeah.
language. You don't like us rubbing women's noses in their own mess.
I just think, just women in general don't like the fact that their shit stink too.
They don't like their noses in it. Okay, we know it stinks, but you're supposed to ignore it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tell us nicely to clean it up. Okay.
Or pretend it
It's
smell
like
like roses.
Hmm.
when they say, you know, no other group of men, talks about their women like this.
yes, they do.
The thing is, um, well, in Black America, a lot of Black women kind of pride themselves on trying to be like pseudo leaders or whatever.
Hmm.
I don't know, like being boss bitches
Yeah.
and what other every other term you want to say. And I'm like, okay, if you want to be a leader and stuff, you have to understand leaders don't, yeah, they might get the praise of like teamwork or whatever, but they also, when something goes wrong, they also take the brunt of the responsibility when it goes wrong. They don't um try to figure out all these different ways to kind of blame it on the people who aren't leading and stuff. So there's that. And like with
Hmm.
Tashar Willie,
Mm.
I have seen a lot of women have that need to be right online.
Mm.
Like
Hmm.
I can remember, it was actually kind of funny because I had asked the question. I had missed the stream, but it was like some lady had wrote Valdez a letter,
Hmm.
and you know, uh, she said, "Okay, I apologize, but you did this. You called me a bitch. You called me that, and all that." And I was like, "Wait a minute. What kind of apology starts with you naming everything the other person did?" And like everybody who read my question, they all said that's a woman
It
apology.
is a woman's apology. Well, it's not about what I did. It's about what we did. A man's apology is about what I did.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, a woman's apology is about what we did, how we can fix it.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you witnessed that, or you witnessed some of it, Cats. It went on to, the same thing.
Oh
I know
yeah,
something else.
yeah.
Unfortunate. So unfortunate, but
Yeah.
that's what we're dealing with.
When a woman takes accountability, it kind of like shocks men, especially black men. What? Wait a minute. We don't even believe it. What? Wait, what? You taking accountability? What?
I'm like cerulean. I stand on my disrespect. Stand on it.
Stand on it. I heard that.
Mhm.
Bruh, okay. If
You ain't shit,
okay,
girl.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. If
Thanks.
listen, when black women start taking accountability, that's when the sun, the moon, and all the planets will align. That's 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 when you know that Earth is about to shift.
We in trouble if women start taking accountability. We in deep doo doo, boy. Something getting ready
Bruh,
to happen, baby. I know I messed up, and it's all my fault. Oh God, what's getting ready to happen?
Hmm.
the planet about to shift. There's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be a universal shift.
yep. You went outside. Is that an asteroid? Is he flying toward?
I'm telling you, man. I listen. I was like, if black women start, I always wondered if women in general. I'll just put it this way: if black women
Mm-hmm,
start acknowledging their BS,
mm-hmm.
would that shit change the course of the black movement?
Yeah,
Movement.
probably.
Well, it would. Any change is a change, and that's another thing.
Mm-hmm,
People don't want to do any change. They're like, you got to accept this. I'm full of
mm-hmm,
crap. You need to accept it. That's
mm-hmm,
just the bottom line. I want to do this. Don't stop me.
mm-hmm,
Oh, you want to stop me? You want to try to talk me out of it? You point your fingers up. Now you're judging me. You're
mm-hmm.
bashing.
Mm. But
You
you
should be
know,
looking
that's
at this. Go ahead.
but the funny thing about it is that they have no problem judging other women. That's the funny thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
This is
So I
what's
don't
true.
even think it has anything to do with like them criticizing women. It's more like criticizing women that I guess they're cool with.
Yeah, part of their
Cause it,
yeah, part of their hen house. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can
yeah,
look at the
cause
people. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say like if you talk about slut shaming, for
Mm-hmm.
example, when it's a woman that they're cool with, they're like, oh, she's just empowering herself and all that.
Mm.
But a lot of these women don't have a problem with somebody slut shaming like Kim Kardashian or something.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
that's because most women don't like Kim
And
Kardashian.
because she's not black,
Yeah.
you're trying to
Well,
keep black.
if she would have been black.
Yeah, if she'd been black, they'd have covered for her.
Mm.
Yeah.
I know you disagree, Regina. Go ahead, jump in. When she disagrees, she jumps in. Go ahead, you Regina, jump in.
So
Let us
it's a
have it.
coincidence.
Yeah, it's just a coincidence.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's all. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
That's all. It's just a
All
coincidence.
right, all right, all
I
right.
have did
Good
not hear
evening.
Good evening.
dialogue prior to. Good
Okay.
evening, yes. Good evening, Char. Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Evening.
How's
How are
my
you?
92 octane today?
What?
Don't even lie. Don't even lie. We already proved that. Go ahead. How's my 92 octane today? Is she fine?
We are flying, doing well.
Oh, thank you. All right. Good to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, the shame part is a lot of the women, they either doing it, or have
Mm-hmm.
been doing a lot of things for the ding ding.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going to cover for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing. Like, oh, I ain't going to say nothing because I did take a train over there, or I did do this, or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really a big secret because it's women we know, and then there are some men
Mm-hmm.
that know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really not a big secret. Not at all. And the
Just
outcome is the outcome.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you do it publicly, it happens publicly.
Yeah, we see you.
Mm,
My question is, why are they so shocked that shit's out in the bag? Like, you put it out there. Like, why should you be shocked?
yeah, if you do something opposite of what you're talking about, people are actually going to out you. Same
Yeah,
way.
just I'm like, you did it in front of public. What do you expect?
If you're going to do a Ethan Hunt like that on a mission, you need to not text your good friend and confide.
Listen, listen. With friends like these, who needs enemies?
If you do some dirt, don't tell nobody.
Yeah, it just.
Nobody.
Nobody.
But
Who's
I
it
think
that?
it was. I think it was gonna show anyhow. I think it was gonna show anyhow.
Yeah, you could pop up with a baby, but the thing is, you wouldn't know who or when or where. Just it happens.
Uh-huh. Like, oh, don't mind that. It's just a baby, just a baby.
Hmm.
Yeah, she could
Well,
have came up with a whole backstory for an imaginary
listen.
father.
Hmm.
There's a whole lot of people about to get hunted down by the manosphere because I won't say any names, but there was a night of betrayal. I saw it.
Really?
Yes. A friend of mine, a little birdie, told me, "Hey, look at your feed, bruh." I said,
Damn.
"Okay."
Okay. Really?
Yeah, we won't name names, but she who has nose and she who has glasses, she who has
Oh.
Dessalines would
Oh. Okay.
yeah, they were talking mad cash about you and other folks. I was like, damn, like,
Hmm.
and they took it down too. I was like, why take it down? Oh, you don't want nobody to know. But I saw,
Hmm.
like, you put shit out there on public, people are gonna find out. Like,
You better be living the life that you said that you live.
yeah,
'Cause people
like,
gonna find
but the thing is, like, I'm not like, it was it Black Ram was talking about. No, there's like, when was it Black Ram or somebody else was talking about the pros and cons of being pro-black,
it. Hmm.
and I'm like, damn. Even when you're pro-black, there's always some type of dissension in the group.
Oh yeah, yeah, tons of it, all the time. Yeah, tons of it.
It's just like, oh, how is it? I think it's a God-given miracle
Hmm.
that this is still a thing
Yeah, yeah.
because I mean, like, pro-black, like, worldwide, is it's becoming a momentum more than white nationalism. I like, literally, it's becoming a worldwide thing.
Yeah, because of the internet. If it wasn't for the internet, probably not. But because of the internet, it's becoming more famous because now he has more reach.
And you got a lot of people from a lot of black people all over the world like, yeah, 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 and other people like, yeah, 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 that's true, that's true.
Hmm. Because they never heard it before.
Yeah, but you know what shocked me was, well, actually didn't shock me. The Philippines president was talking about it like, y'all talking about my how I handle my people. Look how you handle your people.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, basically, yeah. That's what they're saying. That always happens. If you're gonna point one finger, then three are pointing back at you.
Yeah. That's why I think America should not talk about humanities till they get their humanitarianness right.
They've been doing it for 200 years. They're not gonna stop now. They are not gonna stop now. They will judge until they can't be judged anymore.
And it'll bite them back in the ass like it always does.
That's how come ADOS is biting them in their ass right now. What are you gonna say? That it's not right? No, there's historical proof. What are you gonna do? Now you gotta do something. Because now black folks aren't going back to sleep. You don't have no money to pay them.
Yeah, well, they're gonna have to find a way to get money. They're broke.
Yeah, they'll figure something out. But they'll at least pay attention to the plight.
Like I said, all they gotta do is give them free tuition, no taxes. That's all
I,
they gotta do.
yeah, that and basically forgive all the. I would say forgive all the black students that actually went to school to still have school loans. Forgive them all.
Yeah, that's all they gotta do.
Wipe them out. Wipe them out. Make them whole.
Yeah,
You forget it. This
I
is
yeah.
agree.
huh? Say what,
I agree.
Janelle? Oh,
I agree.
She totally agree. I was
Yeah.
like, listen, I'm in community college. I was like, them student loans, no, no.
Just
I
watch.
gotta check the website of that book that's what's the book title? The student loan lie. I think that's the name
Oh
of it, or
yeah, I
something
think
like
it
that.
Yeah,
was. Yeah,
I
student
gotta
loan
listen,
check that
lie or
website.
deception. Yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody is talking about it. I think George Carlin. I was watching a lot of George Carlin comedy, stand-up comedy, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like everything he's saying is the
Mm-hmm.
fact.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
People don't change.
He's like, this is how stupid Americans are. They got rid of the natives.
Mm-hmm.
They forced blacks to come here,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're now complaining. I'm like, well, you should have never done that.
Well,
Carlin wasn't even a comedian. He was more of a social
he was
commentator.
he was social critic. That's what he called himself, social critic. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. But I mean, like you reap what you sow. And this is why I said I don't really feel bad for Europe or or any white more persons. Like I really don't
Mm.
because there's an old saying that goes around: the sins of the father will be met by the son. Yeah, you may not done it, but your
Mm.
ancestors did it, and therefore you reap what they sow.
Yeah. He took the profits. Got to take the hits too.
Yeah, and then I said, it is what it is. Hold up.
Okay. She's at work.
Yeah, Georgia's one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah, we know. Was he still alive when you were born? When you were around?
I think he was. Like, when did he die? In like the early 2000s?
Yeah, something
Let
like
me
that.
see. But I didn't discover him until like maybe 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah,
hear some of his stuff. I didn't watch a lot of it, but he
yeah.
was very entertaining. I enjoyed it.
Which
My mom,
which
my mom
comedian is
didn't
this?
like
I'm sorry. Which comedian is this?
George Carlin.
George
George
Carlin.
Oh,
Carlin.
George Carlin. Oh my gosh. The tall, skinny white dude. Yeah.
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 I think Louis C.K. said that too. He's like, man, when the Europeans like, yeah, y'all messed up big time. It's gonna. He was talking about how the past was great for white people when it
Mm.
really wasn't, but
Mm.
it was great for rich white people, not really poor white people. But nevertheless, he said, could you imagine what the future is gonna be looking like for white people? It's gonna be horrible. I was like, yeah, because it's payback time.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, they see it. They see it coming now.
Karma is a
Hmm.
bitch.
It is.
That's
Yes.
it. That's why I said to everybody, listen, be careful how you treat people. You never know it's gonna bite you back in the ass.
Sorry,
Hmm.
that's how I irritate white folks, telling them the truth. No, it's
Mhm.
never going to happen. Well, how about this? How about this link? How about that link? How about your birth rate? How about you losing power? How about technology? What about China? What about What about Africa?
Hmm.
Well,
I mean, listen, I think, and I know some people are not, but I think God is handling them like literally, like Mother Nature's just outing them. Like the way I see it, Mother Nature just doesn't give a damn.
well, no, it doesn't. And basically, if you look at the 500-year cycle between North Africa
Okay,
and Europe,
3609.
between
Girl.
North between North Africa and Europe, it's a 500-year cycle, and that 500-year cycle is actually up. So
Mm.
it's reversing itself.
Miss Regina, hop on in there, girl.
Uh, no, I'm listening.
Oh
Trying to.
no, ain't no listening. Talk,
I'm in listening mode.
please help me. Just Talk. Say something. How are you?
I'm sorry. I didn't hear the last part. I'm
So,
sorry.
how are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. Um,
Good deal.
yeah, hanging in here for someone who received notice that their job is ending, but I'm good.
What? What? What
Yeah,
happened?
Oh,
yeah. They decided not to refund our program, so
Hmm.
yeah.
So you're in grant writing mode.
Uh, I'm going to take a few refresher courses and get
Hmm.
my dust off the old ledgers and get right back into mode. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Hmm. Talk to Quad B, Bamboo's baby boomer, because that's his expertise, writing grants. He's
Okay.
because he's in DC. That's what he does. He used to be a newspaper writer. What he does
Okay.
now is write proposals and grants and stuff like that.
Thank you. Thank you so
Hmm.
much. Because I know I'm going to take a little bit of a break though.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm good on my HIV STD work right now, and
Hmm.
so I think I'm gonna take a little bit of break and
Mm.
then get on back out there. But yeah, just I wanted to listen in on the conversation that you all were having tonight, and so in listen mode.
All right.
Thank you for the invite, Char. Thank you.
No problem. I'm emailing you now. I just happen to have the information up, so you'll have it.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what he does as far as writing. Tell you opportunity zones, writing grants and stuff like that, how to apply for money, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I have to get back into that mode. So
Mm.
that it's been a while. So
Mm.
I said I was going to put myself back out there, get a few refresher courses and how the streams are going now as far as the grant writing and the funding streams, where they're
Mm.
headed. And
Drug counseling.
oh yeah, and oh these
Mm.
opioids. Okay,
Mm,
so
mm.
the opioids are impacting way more than crack did. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
they're jumping on this opioid bandwagon heavily,
Mm.
and then our homeless youth
Mm.
is a big thing too. So
Mm.
so yeah, yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, that's where a lot of money's going to which is drug counseling
Hmm.
because it was killing 80,000 folks a year, so it's way too high.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
killing. When I talk about people just high on the stuff, that's
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
that they're addicted anymore. Like
mm,
they're
No, it
dying. Yeah, they're
no, like
dying.
no, like I've seen a lot of white people kill themselves in this building though.
mm-hmm,
Like they
Oh,
said like two or three,
mm,
4 of them. It's like
mm-hmm.
what's going on? Like what? What?
Yeah, because and actually Nicole could tell you when it gets down when the doses gets down to be that small, it's kind of hard to actually titrate it or actually water it down enough to where it's safe.
yeah. And it's sad that they are, and most of it, it's not just killing them, it's
Hmm.
ODing over
Yeah,
the amounts that they have.
yeah.
And Nicole has asked, are there any epidemiology? Unfortunately, the
Mm,
only epidemiology grants that are available is at the state level.
mm-hmm,
And what they're doing, they're trying to track if there's a connection with opioids and injection drug use. And
mm.
so intravenous drug use. That's the
Duh.
only well, yeah, well, of course it's there, but as far as epidemiology grants,
Mm.
they're not really putting those out there. Nicole asked that in the chat.
Yeah, but the thing is with these two different kind of like what they call it opioids really is that you don't even need a needle and go into the skin.
So true.
Yeah.
That is true. It's true. And but the I guess my connection and
Mm-hmm.
I she when she mentioned epidemiology when they were trying to figure out the numbers and all of that, the only connection I had at what where I was inserted in at
Mm-hmm.
this opioid epidemic was the connection or the intersection of HIV and especially when they had the outbreak in Indiana.
Yeah, Nicole says there is a genetic connection with opioids. It's mostly whites mostly.
It is whites, and that's why now it's considered
Mm-hmm.
it's considered an epidemic now. We need to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing, when I first looked at it, I said, "Oh shit, they're not gonna be able to stop this in
Mm-mm,
2016. And they're not
mm-mm.
gonna be able to stop this. The potency is way too high. The amounts are way too small to actually be effective. It's way too cheap.
Yes.
You
And
know."
too accessible. They have so much access to it, and
Mm-hmm.
and now they're like, okay, well, how do we stop it? So now they're after the doctors who prescribe,
Yeah.
and now they're after the pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
They're after they're going after everybody now because they can't stop it. Now, yes, the numbers have slowed down as far as how many doctors have written the scripts
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah.
opioids, but
Mm.
that still has not stopped the individuals from overdosing.
Well, because they have to go to the more to the cheaper, more unregulated stuff.
The generic look, as we say when we go to the doctor, don't give me Zyrtec. They can't give me Zyrtec, but they give
No.
me the generic
What
version.
the thing is, I actually calculated the amount it would take you to get you high off, say, like fentanyl, right?
Oh, that fentanyl. Oh
In
God.
other words, to get you high off fentanyl, it costs about right around a nickel.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not
a
it,
nickel's worth of fentanyl will get you loaded the whole day.
you
Six
be
six
good.
cents 6 cents will kill you.
You be good.
Yeah, 6 cents will kill you. The only thing about fentanyl and carfentanil is actually even worse because you can't even titrate that stuff down enough for it to be safe. Like a grain of salt will actually kill you with carfentanil because it's actually built for like a 10,000 pound elephant.
Hmm.
Yep. It's so sad.
Hmm.
And then here they are giving it like it's just, oh, this is what you need to relieve pain because okay, so to have
Ugh.
someone like myself to go through the fibroid uh
Hmm.
had fibroids not removed, but to do the embolization process,
Hmm.
and they gave me a fentanyl patch and my
Mm.
niece.
Hmm.
She said, okay, so after the procedure and everything, she's like, okay, auntie, what are you taking?
Hmm.
And I said, well, they gave me a fentanyl patch. She said, what? Wait a minute. First of all, you didn't need it for that type of procedure, but they're handing them out
Hmm.
like it's candy.
Actually, candy, and you'll be next thing you know, you're hooked.
And
If
then
you were white, you would be hooked.
yeah, she said, and then they gave me not only did I have
Hmm.
medications
Hmm.
prior to the procedure that I had to take. They wanted me to be prepared, and then there were medications after,
Hmm.
pain medications, and I still had the patch on. Now,
Yeah.
mind you, I still had the patch on,
Hmm.
and they were still giving me drugs. And my niece was like, "No, auntie, no. If you can win, if you're not in that much pain."
Hmm.
Take yourself off of it. If you can wean yourself off,
Yeah.
take yourself off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did the I think I did the calculation, if I remember correctly, about fentanyl. Um, how much it would um take to get somebody high. Like the Chinese actually make 2 kilograms of fentanyl for a kilogram of fentanyl for like $3,000, right? And it'll actually give you, I think it's like five
Mm,
hundred thousand doses or something like that.
mm.
And if you sell it for like $10 a dose, how much money can you make?
Wow.
Millions of dollars, right?
You can clean house.
You
Yeah.
clean house. Like I remember this guy in Philadelphia. They actually got in they actually got busted, right? They were making $8 million a week,
Mm-hmm.
$8
And
million dollars a month off of fentanyl.
I can imagine that. That stuff is strong. It can, like you said, it can take out an elephant.
Hmm.
That's not something that I need. If I mean, everybody's pain threshold is, different,
Hmm.
so, but, and I consider myself to have a very high pain threshold. So I was
Yeah,
like, I walked
yeah,
out of there. They were like, "You're
yeah,
okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine."
yeah.
Well, of course, I had a fentanyl patch on.
Hmm. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're flying. You
yeah,
were
I'm
flying. You were flying.
fine. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
good.
the only thing that's slowing it down is they're actually distributing Narcan, which is the antidote, right?
Right.
Otherwise, a lot more people will actually die.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that they are giving it to the EMTs and emergency rooms
And
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 even
and, and
every
libraries
and like yeah,
and
that's
bus
so
drivers and
yes,
stuff. Yeah, they're
everybody
everywhere.
knows that because if they can recognize an overdose in that situation, they
Hmm.
can stop it. That
Hmm.
is truly a blessing. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Otherwise, it'd be like 100,000 people dead.
yep.
All right, my little scientist, jump in.
Oh, hey everybody.
Hey,
Good
Hey,
evening.
Good
weigh in,
evening.
weigh in.
No, I don't have much to say.
Yes, you do.
Greetings.
Yes.
um
How hard is it to titrate carfentanil to make it
yeah, I don't
halfway
know.
safe?
I know that fentanyl is 100 times stronger than heroin or morphine, and carfentanil is 1,000 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, the titration is hard because you can use a smaller amount and get 1,000 times potency.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter how much you cut it. It's still, I mean, you might reduce by like maybe by, I don't know, 10%,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't like cut it in half. It's not going to happen because there's really nothing you
Nothing
can
there,
cut
huh?
it with.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you try to cut it with anything else, you actually make it worse.
Really?
The side effects. I
Okay.
mean, and
Yeah.
especially if you already have a genetic predisposition.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a video I did on RGMA
Mm-hmm.
um, gene that's responsible for nerve signaling.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have variants of that gene or mutations of that gene,
Mm-hmm.
then you're more likely to become addicted to
Yeah.
opioid.
Oh, put the link in.
hmm.
You got a you have a wrench
Um,
copy. Were you on the phone or the laptop?
on my phone, but
Okay.
I have the article as well. I have to
Mm.
find the video, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty bad because they said that they tried to slip it in and say, "Oh, it affects European Americans and African Americans." I was like, "Okay,
Mm-hmm.
y'all need to quit." Because when you actually read through, you see that
Mm-hmm.
um they had to concede that it was more European Americans, and then they also showed like there are other studies done in other countries. They've been doing the studies since the early 2000s
Mm-hmm.
on opioids, and so they already predicted that there would be a mass like consumption
Mm-hmm.
of opioids. They just didn't know there would be this many deaths
Mm-hmm.
from opioid addiction. You know,
Hmm.
they knew about the genes as well,
Mm-hmm.
because they were studying, I think, marijuana. But yeah, the opioid is the crisis is crazy. It's like it's the opioid plague. I think Torian called it the plague.
Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah.
But
But the what we call it the gray death.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just really spreading everywhere, and they're trying to link the opioids with other drugs and other chemicals. I know
Oh
they're
yeah.
busting different places.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really tracking like when we make purchases of like DEA controlled substances, they
Mm-hmm.
really track us.
Mm-hmm.
Um like they'll take your badge, like they'll take your controlled substances designation away, like if you
Mm-hmm.
don't store things properly,
Mm-hmm.
because people will walk away with drugs.
Okay.
The drugs that you use for your experiments and your
Okay.
procedures, people walk away with that.
Oh, and get high off it, huh?
Yeah, or sell it. You see
Oh
how
yeah.
much you can make,
Yeah.
and you can take a Schedule 1, Schedule 2 drug and cut it
Okay.
with the even though it's not like chemically sound. People on the street don't know, so you can cut something with a drug that's Schedule 1 or Schedule 2
Mm-hmm.
with the fentanyl that's
Mm-hmm.
cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, whoever's gonna get high, they might die. That might be a one-time customer, but they don't care. They just want the money.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, because they found it in meth. They found it in cocaine, which is actually killing black people. They find it in cocaine.
Yeah,
They've been adding fentanyl to the cocaine cut
Yeah,
to
that's
actually give
how they're
a
killing.
kick.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how we're dying.
Yeah.
right.
You know what, you guys? One of my
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
family members got caught uh, selling that from here from Michigan to Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like
Wow.
facing up to like 30 years.
Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, I told black people, if you black, you need to stay away
Wow.
from dealing that shit because it
Mhm.
come the right hand of God will actually come out and smite you.
Mhm.
And they're talking about charging you with a capital crime for doing that
Yeah,
shit.
he had like 100 packs on him. They say in the news
Jesus
story.
Christ. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get away with it, it's worth the money. But good
Mm.
grief,
Dang.
Mhm.
What was he trying to sell to? A city in China?
he's going to a white neighborhood and you black.
That's
Mhm.
That
funny.
thing. Like he trying to
Take them
he trying to
out.
kill he trying to kill a whole state. I mean,
Yeah.
what
You know what's crazy, y'all? I'm actually shocked because he gets money,
Hmm.
like he
Mhm.
gets money from working. So I'm actually in shock because like
And now
I
you
didn't
know
expect
how.
that from him. Right.
Mhm.
The profit is too high. The profit is too high. The cost of the drug is too low, and the profit is too high. Even if you would markup, you double the amount of say you double the amount of fentanyl that you get. Right.
Mhm.
In
Mhm.
other words, instead of say $3,000 a kilo like it used to be, charge you six. Okay,
Mhm.
you're gonna
Mhm.
get you're gonna get what uh, uh, at least what 50,000, 100,000 doses
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah. You can
at
cut
10.
that again too.
Yeah, yeah, and basically you're talking about selling it for like $10, $20 a hit.
Mhm.
You're gonna make a
Mm,
whole. It's easy money,
Yeah.
mm.
easy turnover.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, they like to cut it because then you increase your I mean you can like fractionate all the different grades you want
Mm-hmm.
as you're doing it, and
Yeah.
then high, medium, low, and so
Mm-hmm.
you give the like the medium to your new customers, and then
Mm.
Oh yeah, you better. You
yeah,
better.
you
You don't
can't
want them
kill
to
them,
die.
right? Yeah, but you got to have them come back and be like, man, this was some good shit, man, it was some good,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
you got to have them come back, and then when they come back, you be like, all right, then you give them,
yeah.
high or low, like the old customers, you keep giving them low,
Mm.
but not all the time. Well, let me not talk about this because
Yeah,
I
that
ain't
way.
no, I ain't no, I ain't no D girl or nothing. I'm just saying that's what they do at the pharmacies. Y'all
At
know,
pharmacy, yeah, yeah, because that's you deal
Oh
in that.
yeah.
Yeah, you
yeah,
deal in that. Yeah,
they drug dealers.
yeah.
You see Torian say, did someone say fentanyl? And he said, let me put on
Hell
my
no,
glasses.
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
someone
Eddie,
go
say
ahead, go ahead and bring
fentanyl?
him on, Char. Bring him on.
That's funny.
that's funny.
I'm
Oh my
looking
god.
for it. I did this a long time ago. This um I did one on kitty weed as well. They're gonna use
Kitty
they're
weed.
already using kitty, yeah, they're using weed for kids, and they had a story about it
Oh, okay. For
where the
Mm.
kids like
medicinal
11-year old
purpose. Yeah, for medicinal purposes or what? Or just
medicinal
getting high.
purposes, but also like edibles and
Uh huh.
just different ways for them to take it. But they caught some kids at a school with it.
Mm-hmm.
They were like 11 and 12 years old, and they all got high and sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then they reported and said that only one child enjoyed the experience. I'm like, please,
Please.
Mm.
these kids is high in
Mm-hmm.
class.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, kitty
That
weed is
whole,
supposed to be for medicinal purposes after surgery.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
I was giggling because I was listening to Allie Emmett, right? And Allie Emmett is
Mhm.
actually a square. And she's talking about she's getting high off of CBD oil. So shit.
Oh, no.
Oh my
It just
gosh.
kicked in. I said, yeah, you started
Mm-mm.
giggling.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
shit. That's funny as hell though. Yeah, but like I was just talking, like I don't know, I was reading some biology class about genes,
Hmm.
and they say like yeah, if you have like too much excessive recessive genes, your genes just tend to delete, even if like you're still around. Eventually, it'll delete. Like you will stop reproducing.
Yeah. Let me ask you this to while Nicole, while she's on here. Um,
Mhm.
what is it is it true that white men are actually becoming infertile because of
Yes,
their okay? So
I believe in that.
it's the
I can't
Y
find evidence.
chromosome that's degrading, right?
That's what I think because they did the study on sperm count
Mhm.
from like the 70s or something
Mhm.
up until like 2014 or
Mhm.
15, something like that. They went from like 97 million to like 49 million
Mhm.
between those years. So it's dropped. And that's the average.
Mhm.
So there are men with way more sperm,
Mhm.
like in a mill,
Mhm.
versus they're on the lower end,
Mhm.
and they were trying to segregate out the men with health problems, but it's hard to do that now because you have so many men with health problems
Mhm.
compared to back when they first started the collection. So it was like a longitudinal, it was like a really long term study they did.
Mhm.
And they were saying not only is not only is the sperm count dropping, but the quality of the sperm,
Mhm.
like the quote unquote like intelligence of the sperm
Mhm.
is dropped significantly, and mostly in white males. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have no swimmers are actually getting bad, huh? They can't swim no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. They don't, it's like they did something with like they did some like directional analysis with sperm.
Mhm.
Like can they go to chemotaxis, like how fast do they move?
Mhm.
And I mean that kind of work I don't think I could do. It's too tedious, but like counting how fast they swim and
Mhm.
can they go to a chemoattractant and all this type of stuff.
Mhm.
And they were like, a lot of them, they slow down or they just lose energy. But they found out like it's a metabolic issue that's happening. So they turn to like diet and the environment. BPA is one of the big ones they want to push
Oh
right
yeah,
now
yeah, yeah, yeah. BPA
on
is
that.
pretty bad. Yeah.
BPA and what's the other one? Like all these
Just the soy,
um
the artificial, the
yeah,
soy.
the soy,
Uh.
but drug, any kind of like drugs,
Mhm.
the food, antibiotics in the food, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially
all
stuff
that
that
type of
mimics
stuff.
estrogen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
But
talked about like men who drink like all these protein shakes and
mhm.
all that type of stuff, how
Oh
that
yeah,
can
yeah.
be a
Because
problem.
because it's soy protein. Yeah.
Not only soy protein, but a lot of the if you look on their website, they did the what was it, clean project, where they talked about like all the different chemicals, like
Mhm.
you have like like lead and all
Mhm.
kinds of crazy stuff in the protein shakes, the powdered shakes.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Sure do. Depending on
It's like a very
because
high.
because it's in the whatchamacallit, in the plant based
Yeah, in
material.
the plant-based
And
material. Yeah.
so basically, when you cut out all the fiber out of the plant, basically
Hmm.
whatever's in the plant actually um, goes right into the shake,
Right.
into the liquid.
And
Because
it's
normally,
the
hmm
processing thing, the method they use for processing, a lot of
hmm
it
or
is antiquated. So
basically, what not titrate? I'm trying to think of the name. Actually, uh, the lead actually comes out of out of the bond right into the.
yeah, so they
Hmm
had to change a lot of
hmm
the big metal containers that
hmm
they put all
Oh,
this in to
oh,
process it,
okay, oh, okay,
because
okay,
it starts degrading over time.
okay.
So they had to start changing. Some companies, they don't use the big metal containers with all the aluminum
Oh, had to
that's
use.
there. Of course, you're going to have bonding
Yeah,
of
yeah.
different chemicals because
Mhm.
it's heat. They have to heat this up, has to be pasteurized and all that.
Yeah.
And then you go in the like when you have the evaporation,
Mhm.
and you have
Oh,
this powder
the
has to
powder,
be
yes, right.
pulverized
Okay.
and
Yeah.
dry it out. So
Yeah.
all that process is like contains a lot of heat and pressure,
Mhm.
and they notice a lot of their canisters. I mean, these are huge, like 200-gallon
Mhm.
canisters that you can get inside of it,
Yeah.
and they were noticing they would start to crack.
Oh, okay.
So now they use a lot of glass,
Yeah,
like
glass line.
Pyrex material.
I was actually going to ask you to start using glass line.
Yeah, glass
Mm.
material,
Mm.
or they use it's something else they have. They were using like PVC material
Ooh,
at
that's
one
even
point.
worse.
And that was bad. And I think that
Yeah.
was like way back in the day. They stopped doing that. They realized that was not good because it cracks. So now they have like glass material. Those are the more expensive
Mhm. Oh, yeah, very.
protein shakes.
Yeah, very, very.
But
The
that's how
glass.
you have to do it because chemistry laboratory,
Mhm.
a lot of stuff you use like for chromatography or whatever is
It's
glass.
glass, yeah, because it's the most inert thing you're actually going to find that withstands
Yeah,
heat
right.
and yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so men, I
Having
don't know what these men gonna do to increase their sperm count, but
I don't think black
mm,
men have that problem.
no, I haven't seen any studies. I one study I was interested
Mm,
in either doing or I'm looking, still trying to find it is what is the because I know a lot of prostate cancer patients that are black men, they have a lot of stress.
mm-hmm,
You know, they're going through radiation, they're going to chemo,
mm-hmm,
they're getting surgery. And I want to know because everybody's talking about like male female relationships, and I was like, how much stress do the black men have who are married versus the ones who are not married? Like, do they have more stress? Because I see the patients coming in sometimes, and like this dude, like he just want to, like he just want to die.
mm-hmm.
He's like so depressed, and I get it. And so, and then I see this his wife, and she's yelling on the phone. I'm like, lady, first of all, you can't have that goddamn phone in here. Like I was like, hey, 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 put that away. What? What? And she, she's basically squawking at me, and I'm like, hey, I'm not about to put up with that. Get away. And I'm like, go outside with the phone. And so then she goes outside.
Mm,
He's there by himself. I'm like, oh. So I want to know like how to measure that stress level. If there is a stress level that you can measure,
sounds
and
like
like what's the difference?
a grant to me.
Yeah, I want to know like what that is because like people, it happens a lot. And I'm like, man, lady, or they hitting their head, like they're sitting there waiting in the waiting room,
Mm-hmm,
and I'm coming to get samples,
mm-hmm.
and like just wash your hair, like really, just wash your hair. Like, why are you hitting your head?
Oh yeah.
Why?
With the
And
with the
he's sitting there
weave
like,
on.
I'm about to get chemo, and you hitting your head, like, ugh, I
Or with the
can't.
weave because she had the weave on.
Yeah, and it's a young lady, like maybe 25 or something, and he's
Oh,
like 70 something.
so his hopefully his granddaughter.
No, they wasn't his granddaughter.
Well,
Mm-mm.
hey, it's her sugar daddy.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. Got to get in where you
Mm,
fit in.
that's
Because all
true,
the
yeah.
20-year-olds are broke. What choice do you have? He's got a
Mm,
pension, got a regular income.
he got some good health insurance.
Hmm.
Be up and them.
I see that a lot around about these parts now.
Yeah.
Older man, younger woman.
And I think it's their daughter, and I'm like, y'all kissing? Oh,
Not in public.
yeah, yeah, they kiss. I'm like, y'all, oh, they kissing over there.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm. Because you just think it's like, oh, that's his daughter. That's nice. They
Yeah.
going out. Okay,
Hmm.
cool.
Hmm.
Then they over there smooching. I'm like, oh, that's tongue. All right, let me go ahead and just mosey
Well,
Oh, my
on.
bad.
well,
Yeah, I'm
it
like,
ain't none of
ooh,
my business.
yeah, I'm like, that's nice. Like, I leave. Yeah, I don't know if Tori wanted to come up here or not. Oops, I think. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I haven't heard from him.
Yeah, I
Okay,
got a
he
question.
just popped in and out.
jump in, babe.
I got a question. It's interesting that you guys are talking about like the cell count or sperm count for
Hmm.
um and I just got a question because y'all know I'm in automotive, so I'm when y'all start
Mhm.
talking about this stuff, I get curious.
Hmm.
Can DNA damage hurt that as well?
Yep.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very interesting.
There's so many things that really can't filter anything out because microwaves, diet,
Mhm.
Mhm.
stress,
Mm.
chemicals, the environment,
Mhm.
all that stuff that basically can impact on sperm and
Wow.
sperm count
Mhm.
and DNA, all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Radiation
That's
from Fukushima, all that kind of stuff.
okay.
Mhm.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Thank you.
There's probably so much you can't even figure out what's going to cause it because there's too many
Wow.
factors.
Yeah. That's the main thing, trying to predict and prevent, but
Mm.
it's very hard. Like the stress, like redox stress, like radiation or reactive oxygen species. Like with a diet, you can
Mhm.
somewhat control it if you take things with antioxidants.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Foods with antioxidants, but they were calculating like how much you'd have to eat to try to prevent that, and it's just ridiculous. Like it's some ridiculous numbers,
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
and it's way higher than it would be like in the 70s and 80s
Mm-hmm.
as far
Mm.
as antioxidants. And I mean, I'm looking like they even have the drugs. I'm like, we have to give the patients the drugs
Hmm.
that have the antioxidant potential. Then that means the diet
Wow.
really ain't doing nothing.
Well, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, because it's not concentrated enough.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the one thing. The quality of the food that
Hmm.
you're buying.
Hmm.
Like they were like, do you increase the amount of food or is it better? Is quality over quantity? And I'm like, I'll
Uh,
take quality every day.
yeah, because a lot of the soil has been depleted over the last couple hundred years, so the amount of
Right.
trace elements that you used to get is probably also well depleted.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
So
forgot about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so you have to find organic food that has from virgin farms or something like that, or shipped in from like Latin America where they have volcanic soil, or you have to
Yeah,
start
that's why I
looking.
noticed a lot of food coming from overseas.
Oh yeah, yeah. The best food to actually get is from Central America because they have that rich
Mhm.
volcanic soil, especially fruit.
Yeah,
So,
a lot of the fruit and nuts
hmm
they
I'll
have
be heading
really
down to Panama
overseas.
soon.
yeah, uh, which is a lot of that's why we're fortunate to be in California. A lot of your fruit and vegetables come from Central America by boat.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Hmm. Like all those watermelons and oranges and stuff that are actually off season.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's where they're coming from.
Mm. Wow.
Mm.
And see, and the unfortunate part is that they're trying to encourage
Hmm.
to have where there are these grocery store deserts or food deserts. They're trying to encourage maybe start these local farming,
Hmm.
setting up areas where individuals could come out and start growing their own, but
Hmm.
still this soil is not in most of these areas. And
Hmm.
I'm just speaking of what I can talk to right now in South Dallas.
Hmm.
The soil is not at the level where we would get some
Yeah,
help.
but the thing is, if you put in like raised bed farming and import the soil from different
Well,
places,
you'd have to import and see that would take the city to say,
yeah, and then
we're going to try to help that
or,
make this happen.
or you
And
can try like a hydroponic mix where you actually have nutrients actually draining into the seed beds or seed beds where they're plant beds.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and see, and I've seen that happen
Hmm.
in the outskirts of Austin,
Hmm.
but in Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, I've
Yeah.
not seen that.
Yeah, because Austin is more like a tech
Mhm.
center, so there's a lot more tech down in Austin. So you're more likely to see that there than you would in Dallas. But the thing is, the tech is actually there. Um, Look at what China's doing as far as reclaiming the soil, is actually putting nutrients back into the soil because they have to do it in the Gobi Desert. So they actually we're reclaiming a
Mm.
lot of the desert land. Look at what they're doing. They actually they actually take like a clay pot, uh, and
Mhm.
they take some soil and put a lot of the nutrients into the clay pot, right? And they bury this clay pot down into the soil. So as the
Mhm.
plant grows, it sucks up all these nutrients that's in the clay pot, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
where it doesn't
Oh yeah, yeah. That
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. In fact, they're doing it. They started small, like a couple years ago, and now they're actually expanding it. So look at China. Look at the I'll actually put a link in because I saw it. I saw the first one, and then they actually renewed the article, actually expanding the experiment or the
Okay.
process. I should put it in. That might work for Dallas, where the soil
Mm-hmm.
is actually bad because you
Oh,
actually do stuff to actually enhance the soil. But the thing is, if you don't put it in the pot, the nutrients actually spread throughout the whole surrounding soil, right? But if you put the pot in, it stays right there where the plant is.
right. Okay. Because you know that what they call and it was a joke at one point, but it's clay dirt, but it actually is.
Hmm.
It's not actually soil. It
Hmm.
really is
It's clay.
clay. It's
Yeah.
not the actual soil and the nutrients that are needed
Hmm.
to for any plant life to thrive.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can do it in the desert, you can do it anywhere. But
Hmm.
I,
Yeah,
I
that's what you were mentioning.
mhm.
yesterday about the Sahara
Reclaim the
project
Sahara.
you were talking about.
Yeah.
That was a very good idea. I was like, you know what? He's right.
You
I
can
was
do it.
like,
You
"Hmm."
can do it. You can do it. It's gonna take because what you need sun. You got sun. You got soil. You don't have
Mhm.
water.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the water project would be huge. But you can do it. China's doing it.
I mean, if you have drones, you can do it. Drones and
But the
some
thing is,
type of
you have to pipe in
Mhm.
the water, right? Either with what they call it, water uh, those big water collectors, water evaporators, where they actually bring down the water collectors, the water
Mhm.
collector towers, or
Mhm.
what I say would be actually get closer to the ocean and actually um, start a reclamation process of water, actually evaporating the water as it goes down through the desert, and they actually deposit the water and return the slack back to the ocean. Because you have energy, we have plenty of sun. That means solar cells, solar batteries. You have
Right.
water on the ocean. You got heat. You actually evaporate the water. So
Right.
combine all that, it can actually work. It's just going to take lot of money, a lot of effort, but you can do it. As if you can spend the money to actually do it, then you have a shot at getting your own land as African Americans. But
Right.
that's like blue sky stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's possible. You're right.
It is, yeah, with the technology that we already have. All this.
Yeah, that's the thing that got me because people want to people want to like make like recreate the wheel and rebuild a new house thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, you don't need all that.
Mm-mm.
You just take what the technology you already have
Mm-hmm.
and make it better,
Yeah.
you know, or
Get
improve the quality of what improve the quality of the technology.
yeah.
That's really all you
Well,
can do.
bring
Combine
smart
things.
people together, actually assemble the pieces in the right process, because it's similar to
Right.
process is probably the most difficult thing, and then like like you already have the solar cells that actually will work in the desert, right?
Mm-hmm.
You already
Mm-hmm.
have the pipes. You already have the pumps. The water is there on the ocean. How do you get
Mm-hmm.
it to where you need it? That it's where it's clean and not salty, and actually send the slack back. You can all do all that. It just takes money and a little bit of know-how
Mm.
and some time. You do that over like a generation, we claim the desert and then extend it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
then you have your own country, and you're feeding, probably everybody around you with the plants, because you have land, you have sun, you have energy. All you have to do is convert it to the right process and actually put it where you want to, which takes know-how and will.
Yeah. And it takes a lot of cooperation and trust.
Yeah. Well.
I think the first I think if it's done in stages,
hmm
it seems like a lot of things in Africa have to be done in stages.
hmm
Otherwise, it fails, right? And I mean that's anywhere, but it's especially there.
Yeah.
And you're like, we're not gonna let you just come and do this and that. And I
Uh,
was thinking about the drones for like security purposes, but may
s-
not need them.
Drone for security purposes. I'm talking about people stealing the food or what?
No, I'm talking about the first stage is like people stealing the pipe, stealing
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
water that's coming in. They need water too, just because they in the area with water.
hmm
They still live in an area where, why should I buy it? I can just take it.
Oh, that's true. That's
And
true.
if money is scarce in a certain area, they're like, hey, water. I mean, somebody who has to walk 5 miles to get water, and it's like 2 miles away, they're like, hey,
Well, the
you
thing
know,
is, if uh, um, if that's the problem, and basically, if they're local, you can
yeah,
siphon off enough water for people.
right, right.
I think plants take more water than people.
That's true.
But
Yeah, that would be good too because that would show
hmm
that would give you a better foothold if you want to do what BAIO wants to do
yeah,
because while you're building your infrastructure, you're helping the people
yeah,
around.
Right. As you
Yeah,
build into
yeah,
water
that's
treatment
true.
plants and stuff like that, you can actually give away the water until you actually have your old build out. Yeah. And as
Right.
you go, yeah. So a lot of things can be worked, but food is probably more important than the water
Yeah.
because you have to import the food from somewhere. But if you can grow it there,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of ideas from that because,
Hmm.
if you want to have, um, if you start with a few types of crops
Hmm.
and, just get it started,
Hmm.
you can either start crops there that already grow
Hmm.
there anyway that people want to eat,
Hmm.
but then you can expand to crops that are, arid resistant.
Yeah.
Your genetic stuff comes in there after
Hmm.
that, crossbreeding them, things like that. Like after the conversation you had with him, I was like writing stuff down, like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But I don't know what he was talking about, but he was doing a little too much. I was like, he popping pills, I don't know,
uh,
coffee, whatever it is. But
he's
your
young.
idea was good.
Yeah. Well, this is like 15 years worth of work. I'm not just spitting stuff
That's
out
true.
that we haven't researched.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds new to everybody else.
Mm.
I just don't talk about it on my channel very much. But we brainstormed for like maybe 10 years about what could we do, um, where could we move, where we'll grow, where we should reclaim with the money that we have, and the Sahara was actually the number one project. It's like a third of Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Reclaim it. Basically, that's a miracle, and you have your own land because nobody can live there now. But if you can actually reclaim it and make it productive, people might. They might consider it. You
Yeah,
know.
definitely consider it because
Mm.
if they see money coming out of it at a local level,
Mhm.
and it's sustainable, you'd
Mhm.
be able to provide people with jobs
Mhm.
as well. Even the retirees that you were talking about
Mhm.
that would come over there,
Mhm.
they have a position, they would have a role to play in buying the crops,
Mm.
as
Yeah.
consumers primarily, like you said. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Mm.
we used to talk about low impact initiation, like say retirees don't, they spend money but they don't work. So
Mhm.
basically, they're basic consumers, which is what you want for a poor country. People to come in that's not going to take jobs, actually provide jobs because you're there and spending money
Mhm.
and bringing in American dollars, which is something they do not have because
Right.
it's not just the money, but also the type of money that you're bringing in because you pay your loans
Mhm.
with dollars. How do you get dollars? Either have people send it over, or people are there bringing their check, their dollar check, denominated. So,
Okay.
so when you convert it, it has to be dollars have to go somewhere, goes to that country, and
Mm.
they can pay off their loans and whatnot with the dollars directly, which makes sense. You know, a couple $1 billion, $5 billion worth of American dollars goes a long way in a small country, or even a larger country in Africa. So,
Yeah.
but
I hope they see some value in that.
yeah, I actually had somebody, Jesse actually said some guy wanted to talk to me about that, about bringing over retirees and
Yeah,
how
it's a
it can
good
be done.
idea.
Yeah, how do you entice them, and can you get the government to actually build a program to entice retirees to actually want to come?
Yeah, because
Hmm.
if they have, if the retirees are coming over with a certain amount of money and this is something that they have not done
Hmm.
before, they're gonna be like, and I don't know, like it would have to. The dude from yesterday, well, I don't know what he gonna do, but I think it's best if they want to do this, like, of course, go over there, and literally see like what you're dealing with, you know, all the specifics come out later because you need to know. Like you said something about Victoria Falls. I was like, dude, like, what? What? Are you trying to do a hydroelectric plant or something? Like, what are you trying to do? I was
No,
like, what?
there was just land where that they're actually going to have a settlement of black people
Okay.
in
Like, what they gonna
Zimbabwe.
build tree houses?
Huh?
How, what they gonna build tree houses? Like I didn't. I was looking
Uh,
at that online. I'm like, what? How you gonna do this? I mean,
uh,
it wasn't a sound argument just to throw something out there. I don't really care what the politicians and stuff. I don't care what they say. That's public relations. They probably got back in the limo and drove off laughing. So it's like, what I'm saying? Like they don't care. They just gonna say something and it sounds good, and
yeah,
then expect somebody over here to read it.
yeah.
Be like, oh, that's cool.
They're gonna break ground in 2020. I said, have they broke ground yet? No. Who are they gonna allow to come?
Yeah, like
Under what circumstances? Well, we don't really know. We're hoping. I said, well, that means a no, bro.
he didn't want to accept the no. That's the problem too. When you don't want to accept it, it didn't work. It may not be a sound idea. It could work, but you need to like figure it out a little bit more and have more like different people from different areas like give their input. I think
Yeah, like the retirees. What is young
that's
person like me gonna be do while you getting it together?
right. He literally said, "What about me?"
What about me? Yeah. I said, nigga, get your ass over and be sponsored while you're there.
I'm sorry, but he sounded like a raggedy hoe when he said that. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to say it. He said,
Ooh-wee.
"What about me? What about me, though? What about me,
He
Dark
should be.
Aquarius?"
Yeah, I just started teasing him then after
I was
he
done.
just asked somebody his plan, and I started joking. I said, "Hey, take the time and go find a condom. B, go over and you pound them.
Yep.
C, tell her that you want your love."
He said, Charlie. Started sounding like tattoo. The plan, the plan, the plan.
Aquarius, I want you to love me forever. Be like, but you slept with my brother John Queesus.
You just
That was an
raggedy.
accident. It was dark.
You ain't lying.
Like
You
he
ain't lying
said,
about
I was like, boy, I was maybe I need to stop chatting in the chat room. Because
that.
somebody emailed me talking about I was a bully. I was like, man, you don't get the hell off my.
Oh, he said you were a bully.
Yeah, he said you're a bully. He said you're beautiful, but you're a bully. I was like, good. Get off my damn email, block.
You're a beautiful bully, huh?
Get on out of here. Yeah, I'm talking about. So you probably try to give me a backhanded compliment. I was like, boy, you don't kick rocks.
Charles showed he was at work. He showed his female his female counterpart right in the car, right? He said, Charles, does she have her cuffs with her? Can she be my personal cop? She started laughing.
Oh my goodness, a mess.
I'm under arrest, officer. Cuff me.
That dude, he ain't gonna be able to find nobody that's gonna deal with that. That's just he was
Oh
he
yeah,
was doing too much.
he's doing
But
too much. Yeah,
that's a that's a bad trait because, like I said in the chat room, I was like, if you can't, I think it was Richard, but I was like, if you can't discuss this in a coliseum, how are you gonna discuss this in front of government people? Like in another country, you're representing your country you're coming from. That was what I was implying. Like you're representing the U.S., you're going over there, try to do business, and yeah, you might look cool with your shades on over here, but they don't care about no shades. So you get over there, and you sit in front of all these people. They ask panelists asking you questions, and these people have money, but they ain't gonna give you none because you're not making no sense.
Yeah, because we would get real world problems, right?
Yeah.
From Africa. How do you solve this? How do you get a rice plant to the Gambia, right? And so they can actually harvest their own rice instead of buying it from someplace else, right?
Right.
So we go online, look at where would you buy it, how much would it cost, who would work it, how much energy it would actually take, and that's what we would do for like a week. Figure it out. Okay, what would you do in this circumstance? That circumstance, like One time we actually asked, well, what would you do to enhance make more money from cocoa, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
most of the plant is actually wasted. Start a fish farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take the wasted the cocoa waste, which is like 80% of the plant, chop it up, turn it into fish pellets. Start a fish farm.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So you have sell the cocoa, take the beans out, process the cocoa, process the shell, the husk, right? Turn it into fish food, feed it to the fish, and then when they grow up, guess what you have? Tilapia to sell.
Mm.
So basically, you make more money off the cocoa plant.
Mm.
So we actually do stuff like that. Stuff that would make sense. So
Did I
we
just did I
go ahead.
just hear a game plan? That's a
Hey,
plan. That
Yeah,
is a plan.
it was a
man
real
with the
world
plan.
problem because we actually said, okay, you can't grow more cocoa, all right, because it's pretty much saturated, you know, um,
Mm-hmm.
because you're already, I think they're like the second in the world as far as cocoa production, which is Ghana, right? So I said, okay, how can you can't increase the production? I said, what is missing? What else can you do with the plant? And said, okay, turn the husk, which is like 80% of the plant, into what? Tilapia food. Feed it to the
Mm-hmm.
fish. When they grow up, you feed them. They grow up, you sell the fish, make more profit.
Right.
Because fish is probably just as valuable as the cocoa. And you don't
Mm-hmm.
have all this cocoa waste lying around that you have to bury. It goes right into the fish food. And then you take the excrement from the fish pond, and fertilize the cocoa plants in like a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
But we used to work on stuff like that. How
Yeah,
would you
because
do this? How would you
that's
do that?
sustainable.
Yeah, sustainable. So in other words, we've been doing this a while. So when they come up with stuff like, "Oh, we need," nah, man, nah, do this.
Yeah, when he said it, I was like, that's not gonna work. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Valdez. I'm not even a military person, but I'm looking like,
Mm-hmm.
what? Like nobody's gonna let you come in their house. Like, come on now.
Mm-hmm. And set up shop.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like if you don't get your ass, like if you wake up and you're about to go eat breakfast, you yawning and stuff, you're like, okay, fix yourself up,
Mm-hmm.
wash your face, brush your teeth, all that stuff, take a shower, and you go in your kitchen and it's somebody sitting there with luggage
Mm-hmm.
and they done tracked mud in the house.
Mm-hmm. And they're cooking breakfast and dishes in the sink.
And, right. And then they sit here and you're like, okay, at least if you're gonna be a thief and coming in here eating, you
Mm-hmm.
ain't made me no plate. And they're like, no, no, no. I'm like, okay, you think nobody ain't gonna be like, okay, bet, and go back to their room and grab their piece? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you are fooling right now. Something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I hope they, work out whatever it is they want to do. It's just, I don't know. I would say this, you have a lot of patience because I was like, oh,
I know, I know.
ooh,
I was
ah.
telling Char that. I was telling Char that you can't let them talk for like 3 or 4 hours without trying to
Mhm.
get something out of them.
Yeah, that's true.
And I just keep repeating it over and over again.
Mm-hmm. It means you have nothing because you should have an elevator speech within 30 seconds. Give your points.
Right.
Look at the article.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the article. Did you read the article?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Okay, let me put this in the chat room so everybody else can read it.
I said, read it out loud. Well, I'm not gonna read it out loud. They can read
I
it out.
didn't read that.
Yeah, you read it
Right.
out loud.
Read it. No. Like, I'm like, boy, I was like sitting here, you better read it. Like he started reading it. I was like,
There's
down
nothing.
here.
There's nothing there. Now.
Down here.
Mhm.
I was like, stop it. Don't keep reading. Stop it. Stop it. And he's like, I'm not reading this whole thing. Like, man, come on.
like the
And I
thing
was
with
just the whole time, I was like, he didn't just say that. He
yeah.
just said that. Ugh. Like, I'm not doing that. Then he gonna talk some Uncle Ben. I was like, boy, if you better not say nothing. I was like, ooh, ooh. I was so mad. I'm like, get him off. Get him off.
No,
I'm trying to look at him.
what plan do you have? Yeah, I said, what plan do you have? We working on it. No, what plan do you have? How's it gonna work? Soup to nuts.
Man, if I said that, I'll get fired. My boss was like, "What plan do you have?" I don't know, man. I'm working on it. Like, get your ass out of here. Turn your badge in. Get your name.
Mhm.
Give me that credit card. Give me the company card. You ain't taking that out. Let me go ahead and cancel that out.
You
Get
should
your
always
name out the system. You're done.
you should ever always have a
Mary's done.
working theory.
Always got a plan.
Yeah, always have a plan. Yep.
Even with this, it's kind of weird. You still have a plan
Mhm.
and have the strategy, the tactics, your protocol all done out how you want to do it. They don't even they avoid money. That's number one.
Mhm.
If you're avoiding any source of money to drive this, then how is it going to be effective? Like you're going to ignore that money drives everything and
Mhm.
there's a denomination exchange.
Mhm.
No, that's not going to work, honey. Mm-mm.
Said, your plan took too long, BTS. 5 years, that's too long.
He said,
Yeah.
"What about me?"
What about me? Yeah.
That
But
was
his plan is like 10 years long, right? You know,
yeah,
5 to 10 years
to initiate.
to initiate. Yeah.
That you can't ever get a grant. Even if they, like Regina was saying, the grants,
Mhm.
even if they had some type of grant, um, they would need to work with people who are probably in Kenya,
Mhm.
because it's just easier. And they do a lot of work with like some of the researchers we have. And my old boss is Kenyan. So like they do business with Koreans, with Chinese, Japanese, and they
Mhm.
go back and forth
Mhm.
from US over there to Kenya. She goes back and forth as well.
Mhm.
And I'm like, well, dang, you have it's established right there.
Mhm.
Like, why don't you just use what's already existing?
Mhm.
They're trying to make something brand new. You can't put no like we want a city state. What is this? Ancient Rome? Like we talking about some city state. Like, yeah, you have them, but come on. Like, how is that? Are we there? Are we there in the city states that exist right now?
Only
Mhm.
only a few like
Well,
Macau.
are black folks there? Are black people there?
Oh
Mm.
no.
Hmm. What does that tell you?
And those city states have been around for a long time. They didn't
Yeah.
just start.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
But he didn't even think that through. I mean, if you know of city states in the world, have you gone to those city states to see how they run, what they
Mhm.
do?
How they were established,
Yes,
what all
like
they have. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
that's too scientific for them. You're bursting their bubble
Mm. They
because
keep blowing, I'm gonna keep busting.
we live in the real world. They don't. Yeah.
You didn't read the article, Nicole. That's all he wanted you to do. Go by that article.
Yes,
they're,
yes, yes.
they're cutting us land. I said, okay, is it you?
I
Is it
So,
was dying when he said that.
yeah? Is it farmland? Is it developed? Is it near a city? What?
Right. He didn't even say. He was just like, "It's land. It's land." Like I'm like, dude, shut up. And then
we
he gonna talk about something. He talking about C30, and he was like later on, you said, what was it? You said something like,
you're,
are you sure you're in your 30s? Because you're all over the place. You're all over the place. I was dying. I was like, this boy running. He running. He got his shoes laced up tight. He is
no,
running while he in the house. Like,
well, he thought he had me by myself without my boys. In other words,
mm,
the other 8 people. Yeah, no 9 to 1, just me.
mm,
You don't realize it with just me, you're all by yourself because you can't hide amongst everybody else.
right.
And I'm all,
Everybody. He said he was born. He said he was born in 1983,
hmm
and I was like, dude, we can do math. Like,
yeah.
like my baby can read. Like, we can do math. Like, what are you talking about? I'm 30. I'm like, okay, all right. Mm.
Either you're 30 or you're 36. Which one is it?
Six, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? He don't know how old he is.
He didn't want to give his age.
He didn't want to, but I mean, you might as well go ahead and throw it out there. Because I said 19 and 3/4.
Mhm.
Because I guess that's something that the millennials and zennials do now. They be like, I'm
But
19 and 3/4, that kind of thing.
They don't want to be
uh,
a millennial. Mhm.
well, I'm proud of being a Zennial. I'm the cusp of I'm on the cusp of generation millennial and
Hmm.
the new generation. So hell, I embrace it. Like, listen, I'm still young, so
But you're not
I
like him. Did you hear that exchange he had?
yeah, that was
Ugh.
funny. I, I think he really. I would be honest. I think he really wanted to be like one of the big dogs. That's what he wanted to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna take on the big guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show him.
Yeah, like, but a lot of young men like nowadays want to feel like bigger because they've been raised by their mothers.
Mm.
So
And
when they see an alpha male, they're like, "Oh shit, I want to be like him. Let me challenge him." But they don't got the skills.
I don't come off as an alpha male, in my opinion.
I know, but you're more like BGS. You're more like like what's not like a sigma. Like it's
Yeah.
some sigma. Yeah, you're more sigma. Like you're not an alpha, but you're not a omega. You're more like between an alpha and a beta.
Hmm.
The sigma kind of like the I like sigma personality men. They're very smooth. It's like you know I don't know alphas. They just too up in my face. Like bruh,
Yeah,
it's not all that serious.
because alphas are
Mm.
trying to get you to follow. And Sigmas don't care. It's like follow
Yeah.
if you want to. Come on if you want to. If not, yeah, stay where you at.
Yeah, I mean, I like to be introduced to following, not like forced to follow. It's like nah,
Yeah,
that's just me. I'm free spirited.
yeah. Alphas want you to follow. They need a group to be followed. Like the dude who was the Kyler. He's an alpha. He wants to
Mm.
lead.
Apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah, when
it's
he said that you were talking, he said you've been talking. I was like, done. He's like, you've been talking, and you were like, really? Like,
Yeah,
what?
I got a minute and a
That
half.
was
I've been
hilarious.
talking too long.
yeah. Well, it's yeah. So like you know, I guess the personalities. I know some women like I know some people like some dainty women like alphas because
Yeah,
they just like to be followed. But for me, it's like nah. Just I'm too free spirited. So when it comes to me, I prefer a Sigma because it's like, okay, I could follow him because like he's inspiring.
yeah.
Like I like someone to inspire me, not someone to tell me.
Or the
Like
women women like alphas because alphas come with a group that follows them. So if you become his woman, you become an alpha female.
really.
Yeah, you've been the
Well,
leader of the group. Yeah.
I think I'm more into Sigmas more.
Mhm.
They're more attracting to me.
I think black women are actually probably more into sigmas than alphas.
I mean, I don't really give a damn if it's an alpha or a beta or a sigma, but I like sigmas because they're very cool.
Yeah.
They're like that cool, mysterious, deadly type of dude. I consider sigmas assassins. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by assassins.
Well, you into anime, so yeah, I guess you
Yeah.
would be.
I, I would hope we would give some clarification on when we say alpha, sigma, beta, because I think
Okay.
those
If you read what is it, Brave New World, that's where they really just
they
describe
break it down.
they break
Okay,
it
I
down.
think we need give a little
Uh, But I,
background. If someone wants to
but
come,
alphas are like leader of the group. That's
yes,
an
and
alpha.
I got you. Oh, I'm there. I'm
Yeah,
there. I'm just
the beta
saying.
is the second in command. Sigmas are actually lone wolves.
I gotcha. And I'm just saying for those maybe who may come back and listen
Mm-hmm.
later and not speaking of the Greek reference
Mm-hmm.
of Greek organizations. I'm there. I
Yeah.
just wanted
Yeah.
maybe just a little clarification. So if someone was to listen
They,
later.
if they can listen, they can absorb. They still have questions.
Yeah.
Like my octane, they still come back with questions.
You better stop.
Yeah.
Girl, watch it. I'm this, I'm that. I said, Jesus, okay. It's more the
Okay.
guys than the women, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
I got
fact, what's his name? Kevin said he's going to do a series of about guys how to attract certain uh, octanes of women
Mm. But
because certain groups of women look for certain characteristics as far as clothing is concerned.
and so and if that was a maybe it could work, you
What's that?
know,
What's that?
um, to actually put together some type of formula that might be able to for
Uh,
someone to pick. But
If,
really,
if he does it, I might because I got to write the book anyway, so I probably will because um, women tell you what women most group of women tell you what they want, how they want a man to actually dress and look. Like 92s are really stickler for grooming. You know, in other words, in a 92s brand, the better he takes care of his grooming and his clothes, he'll take care of me the same way. So their grooming has to really be on point, like his shoes, his clothes, his haircut, where he grooms his beard, the way he smells, all that kind of stuff is way more important to a 92. Is
can
that
I
right?
ask you?
Is that close? Is that close, Regina?
I like that name, Regina. I always love that name.
Mhm.
right, right, very, very, very much on point.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what octane I would be. I probably am too free spirited.
You're you're a working class girl, baby. You're 87.
Okay, that's pretty much good. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
I felt I floated across that 87, 80.
Mm,
I felt that I did.
You felt that you did. No, that's not true. You could have been something when you were like growing up with your mother, even through college. Once you graduated college, you moved over. You moved up.
Okay, and then I see a F thus 92s in the chats.
Mhm.
Okay, well,
Yeah, you got to like and normally 92s actually have either 92s or 89s as friends, like Charles in 89.
that's my girl.
Hmm. So, but 87s it gets kind of iffy, and 85s are a definite no for 92s unless they're relatives.
Yeah, I think the 85 is just like, it's too much energy goes into like trying to
Mm-hmm.
keep up with them, and I
Yeah,
just
and their problems and this, that, and the other.
they.
Yeah.
I had to think about it like that friend I had where
Hmm.
I was like, she wants to talk about all this stuff,
Hmm.
and I was like you were saying, like maybe had talk with her and
Hmm.
um like get like some feminine energy. I was like, when she was talking
Hmm.
about some man that pushed up against her in the subway,
Hmm.
like the Subway restaurant.
Hmm.
I was like, BGS, what the hell? Like I'm sitting here looking at this, looking around, like, what the hell? And
Hmm.
she's going on
Hmm.
about he pushed me and blah blah blah. And the
Hmm.
whole time she's clicking them nails on the table. I was like, stop, stop.
Hmm.
I can't. I cannot. And she was like, what? And she almost cried. I was just telling her, I
Oh,
was
really?
like,
Oh, really? Okay.
yes, because I was like just being calm, but I was like, it was not that serious. It happened yesterday,
Hmm.
and you're still going on about this. And
Yes, I.
I'm trying to like, what? How do I? I'm like, she was like, I just need a hug. I'm thinking, why you just didn't say that? Jeez, like, I
Yeah,
mean,
that old
and
feminine.
the real problem was not the Subway dude. The real problem was that she was just like frustrated with a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I would have given you a hug, baby, if you just asked for a hug. And she like felt like she had to rev up just to
Yeah,
give her a hug. I was like,
she's trying to
okay,
express to you how she feels. That's what the
yeah,
whole story is about. It's not about what happened, how she feels.
hmm,
I'm frustrated.
yeah,
You got that after a while after the whole story came out. She's just frustrated and she's just upset. She just needs a hug. When she gets the hug, now I'm fine. That's what I needed. But Takes like an hour to get to it.
It took a while, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
How they
And I
express.
didn't realize it was like
Mm-hmm.
that. And like she was like, oh, after she got a hug, she's like, oh, I just feel so much better. I was like, okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's all right.
After she downloaded onto you.
Yeah,
All her frustrations and disappointments, and the guy pushed up on her in the subway, and he wasn't cute and all that kind of stuff.
I think that's what it was
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I wanted the guy to push up on me. He was just the wrong guy, and I can't find a boyfriend, and things
God.
ain't going right, and I need some help. But yeah, you know how it is.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
mm-mm-mm.
so
Go ahead, Dalia.
I don't know, cause like I never understood what an 87 octane was.
Yeah, it's a working
Cause
class girl. Yeah,
so I'm just working and going to school. All right, that's pretty
yeah,
much simple.
yeah, yeah. When you
Mhm,
graduate, you be an 89.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, graduate without the money.
Still.
Yeah, that's an 89.
Nicole, she just wanted to get her feels on you.
I
you,
see, and I was like,
you ain't shit. You ain't shit, Rice.
it's
It
all
wasn't
right
like it
though. It's
wasn't it wasn't
cool.
like that. Okay.
I held her in my bosom.
Yeah. And she
Come
feels
on, it's
so.
all right. It's all right.
I'd have felt better myself. I can't lie.
Okay. Anyways, I'm like I hold you in my bosom and I hold you tight. Like she was just like, oh, I'm like seriously, like
Hey,
this is nothing.
Right.
You got this,
hey, Nicole, do you get that a lot?
huh?
When you do that, do you get that a lot? That
I'm not answering that question. I am a caring, loving
I
person,
know you are.
and I, even though I'm a bully, you know, anyway, but that's cool. It's yeah, I do. People like, oh, I just feel so much better. I'm like, okay, get on now. All right, go on now. Like it's good. Go on now.
Go on now.
My face is up here. Like, like I'm up here.
It is
No.
what it is. You know.
There is
And the
going to
worst
be.
part, ladies
Oh.
know, like the worst part is like you hug a guy and then he walk off, and then after he hugged you, he gonna look back, not at your face, but look back. He know exactly where to look. You don't keep walking, like
Yeah, you're trying to hold that memory for later on.
I mean, you ain't got to do the look back. Like, get on now.
We don't care. We
Yeah,
are. We are.
y'all don't.
We want our look. We do
He
not.
said we want our lease. He
We
said we
want our.
want our
Yeah,
look.
we want our memory. Damn it. We want the whole experience. Okay. Famously.
Oh my goodness, I can't. I can't.
Oh, when I was young, I was horrible. I'd
I can
stare
imagine.
till you went out of sight. So what? I'm looking. Keep going.
What
Go ahead and turn
the?
the
Oh
corner.
my
Yeah. When you turn the corner, I'll stop. All right.
Mm-mm-mm.
When are you gonna stop looking? I'm not. Keep going.
That's funny.
If she looked good,
Oh,
I might follow her for a second and then at a safe distance. Keep looking.
I used to get a lot of boys lean towards my chest. I was like,
Used to.
yeah.
Mm.
Like, we're more like either the front or the back. And I was like, okay. But I never really bothered me.
Oh,
But
okay.
like
Oh, you cool.
as I got older, it's like guys just like, oh my god, because you're so soft, you're so soft, you're so soft.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay,
I don't know how you lasted this long, baby.
I don't know, I don't know. It's a miracle.
It
That's
is.
all I gotta.
It
It's
is.
a. Well,
I'd have
oh.
talked you out of it.
Eh, I got Geminis in my family. It's like I kind of know what they are like.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'd have talked you out of it.
I was like,
Mm-hmm.
look at them twins. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
watching them,
One of them
watching.
would have got you. Yeah. Let's talk about Goku real quick. Uh-huh. Yeah, girl. The whole anime, all the way down. Okay.
But I met a couple of guys who were Geminis,
Mm-hmm.
that like talked to me a lot, and they were trying so hard. It's like I was like double dancing. I was doing tango
Hmm.
and samba at the same time. Like dancing with one twin, dancing with another.
Hmm.
Well, since Pisces got two fishes, so
Hmm.
I think it helps.
See, the thing is, my secret weapon was your mother. I get your mother on my side.
Like, oh my God,
He's such a nice guy. Yep.
he's such a nice guy.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. Sagittarius are like, okay, the fire signs are very straightforward.
Yeah.
That's why I like fire. They're very to
Yeah.
the point.
To the point. A little bit of regression. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm kind of shocked with the guy that I'm dating. He's not a very much an alpha Aries. He's more Aries Sigma. Like, okay, I
What
can
what's
deal with that.
what's his moon sign?
Moon sign Gemini.
Oh, okay.
Moon sign Gemini. Ain't that something?
That's
And
probably
I'm
what it is. Yeah.
Sagittarius. So I was like, ah, shit.
Oh, okay. That's not a good mix.
I don't know. Is the moon sign? No, no,
Uh,
my moon sign's not Sagittarius.
but but
It's
what's your sun sign is what? Pisces? It's Pisces.
no, sun sign is Leo.
Oh, Leo. Oh, you got two fire signs together. He's
Yeah,
Aries and you're Leo, right? That's
yeah.
competition.
Shit.
That's competition. Don't
Oh
beat up each other.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and the fire it brings. Oh my gosh.
Oh, what? Oh, pray
Oh,
tell.
oh, oh.
My sun sign.
No,
Wait,
no, no, no,
let
no.
me.
Don't go past that. Pray tell, Regina.
Yeah, you're gonna want to compete in every aspect, and
Mhm.
not just to satisfy and even outside, not only in the bedroom but outside the bedroom. That's gonna be
Oh,
battle,
Yeah, it's a
and
battle.
oh
and
no, no. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Okay, so my ascension is Leo. My
Mhm.
sun is Pisces. My Venus and
Oh, you're
sun is
Pisces. Oh,
Pisces.
okay,
yeah,
but
yeah,
okay,
Pisces.
because you,
That's
you do
different.
some fire
Yeah,
and a fish, then we finna fry up something. But
yeah,
if
yeah, yeah. It's fire signs. Yeah.
yeah, but
And my Mar. Oh,
but
sorry.
go no, I was just when you mentioned Leo and Aries, it just triggered a
Mhm.
little something. That's
my
Leo, yeah, Leo and Aries. Yeah, it's not a good mix, especially Leo and Aries. It's not a good,
What?
Mars.
not a good mix, huh?
mm,
That's
mm.
what I have. What are you talking about?
Hmm.
I
Um,
have that.
we'll talk about it as far as male female relationship.
That's what I have.
Yeah, it's competition, ain't it?
Yeah.
No,
Come on,
no,
Mar-
he's no, he's
come on now.
no, it's not. He is um
At the
Hmm.
mat
he's an
tapping
Aries.
out.
He's an
Nobody
Aries.
tapping out.
I'm a
Ain't
Leo.
nobody tapping out.
You're Leo, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and he's what? An Aries, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about the debates you guys have?
Intense.
That's
Intense
not that's
debates.
not important. So
Yes, that is very important.
love is there. I have
She
to
said,
admit,
"Love conquers
honestly,
all.
Love conquer. Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Love
Love
conquers.
conquers all."
I'm not saying it doesn't. I said
Oh, but
normally
I'm
that's not
saying
a
we
good
had
mix.
honestly we had a debate the other day. Y'all gonna laugh
Mm.
about because he does not like to eat breakfast, and
Okay,
I'm serious. And we had
okay.
this debate, and he's
I
still
don't either.
clowning me
I
about
don't,
it.
I don't either. So, but yeah, we'll go ahead.
But I was like, "You gotta eat breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day." He's, "I don't eat no fucking breakfast."
You see, see,
I was like, "You're gonna eat it. You're gonna eat it. I'm gonna put it down your throat." He's like, "You're not gonna touch me." We go on and on.
yeah,
Don't you touch me? Don't you touch
yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, and
With,
we
Oh,
with,
went
with,
on. I swear, y'all, like 15 minutes, and then he gonna turn around and he not say anything. I think he's like more like a stigma, like Sally was just saying,
mm,
because he sat quiet for a few minutes, and I was like, "You eating that damn breakfast? I don't care. Like what I'm cooking, you gonna eat it?" And he was like, "Nope, nope." He gonna pull up the Allen Iverson video where he talking about practice, and he said practice like 28 times. He's like, "Watch this. That you gonna laugh. If you
uh,
don't laugh." I'm gonna be mad. I was like, whatever. And he
Mhm.
put the video on. I was like, what is this mess?
Mhm.
And he's like, watch how many times he say practice and
Mhm.
just insert the word breakfast and
Mhm.
tell me how you feel. I was like,
Mhm.
I don't care. He was like, we talking about practice, 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 practice. And he
Oh
said, now
my god.
insert breakfast. I was like, shut up and get this phone out of my face. I don't care. I don't care no
Oh
more.
my gosh.
Mhm. Yeah.
Listen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I,
that's
I rest my case. Go
that's
ahead.
that,
Whatever.
that
Whatever.
Yeah.
that's
Cool,
exactly.
whatever. Whatever.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Please touch me.
Listen. I
Yeah.
deal with
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that goes
Mm-hmm.
to another level, and it's cute. That's really sweet. I'm glad
It's
y'all
cute.
and
Yeah.
he's able to deflect that and take it into transition it into something else.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
As long as
yeah.
it works, it's fine. But the thing is,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when it
It was
doesn't
a stupid
work, it's
argument. It
not
was a
cute.
stupid argument, but he gonna roll it out for another week. He's like obsidian with that mess, man.
it's
I
common.
swear.
He,
And then he be recording himself once he done found out about Obsidian's channel,
uh,
and then he goes and records himself saying stupid stuff, and then he gonna send it to me, and it's echoing. I'm like,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, like told
Wait,
you so,
is
so,
he a
so.
Leo? Is he a Leo
No,
or
he's
Aries?
he's
He's
an
the
Aries.
Aries. I'm a Leo,
Yeah.
and
Ah,
he sent me echoing voice stuff. I'm like, you are
Mm-hmm.
so lame.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah.
you're lame-o. And he's like, I'm lame. Okay, okay. And he gonna send me cuss. Like, I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's like, you love me. You love me. I'm like, no, I don't. Not right
Yeah.
now.
No.
I'm trying to do something and I get this thing cut. I'm like,
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
And I thought it was
Uh,
him.
that's my Aries is a sweetie. My Aries is a very much of a sweetie, and I don't know.
That's
Maybe
good.
because I'm sensitive. I don't
Yeah.
know. Am I sensitive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're sensitive.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I guess he's on that frequency. Like, oh, she's sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be gentle with her.
So he's protective of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're sensitive. He's Aries. He's protective.
Hmm.
You're not competition for him. That's a
Yeah.
good thing. That's a good thing about an Aries. They're very loyal, very protective of you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Just like Charles. Charles is an Aries.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
don't know. I mean, I think Charles should get Cats because Cats is a Pisces woman. Cats, you gonna marry Charles?
That's why he takes the cats because that's a good mix. That's Aries and Pisces. That's actually a good mix.
I don't know
Oh,
about them Geminis though. Like, Gemini be
No,
like,
nobody knows about Gemini's. We don't know about ourselves.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you
they're
don't know which twin you gonna get, which one is gonna show up.
Hmm. Which
Mm.
which interests Aries and Leos because we actually feel that fire because they get bored
yeah,
and
Hmm.
Gemini's get bored. So
they do.
it's a novelty.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
Never thought.
you
Say
know
what?
who uh,
Who's first?
Go ahead.
no, Regina, you go ahead.
No, I said I just never thought of that. Not
Hmm.
never,
Oh,
never engaged with the Gemini before.
Hmm.
you know who I never engaged with is a Scorpio. No, my grandmother's Scorpio. She is very Scorpios. Out of all of them, are very emotional, but they're not. They don't. They hide it.
Hmm.
And like I find like Scorpio men tend to be like they let their feelings eat them up, so that's why they become more psychotic quickly than any other zodiac men.
Hmm.
So I said, well, because I was talking to a Scorpio dude. I
Hmm.
said, you just gotta let your feelings out, man. You just can't let it be eating you up. A couple of days later, he got the girl of his dreams. I was like, yeah,
Hmm.
just be you, man. Don't let it bother you. I don't know.
I'm a Scorpio. Woo
Yeah.
woo.
Hmm. So yeah,
Scorpios.
so is my mother, so is my grandmother, so is my daughter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Scorpios. I don't know. Pisces are sensitive, but we can actually bend and flex.
Hmm.
Like, okay, because I guess we're mutable water, so therefore we can just like, okay, feel
Hmm.
everything.
Hmm.
But can we say that our male Scorpios and female or zodiac signs versus our female zodiac signs, you may experience different quality.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
when
Yeah.
yeah, there will be because they're men. Yeah, there'd be slight
yeah.
qualities.
Yeah, but like the most enticing, I find Sagittarius people very interesting because they're like go getters. They're like bam,
Yeah.
bam, bam. Like my grandfather, he's a Sagittarius,
Hmm.
and he's like a go getter. And like I used to like run around and play. He scared me about some bear like back in the backyard when he and our cousins, because our my cousins are Sagittarius too, so they're like pretty much go getters. The twins.
Hmm.
They're go getters. My cousin Miles is a Pisces. He's Pisces, but I think his ascension is Leo as well because
Hmm.
he's very into himself. I could be wrong, but
Watch
I
it,
don't.
watch it, watch it, watch it,
My
watch.
brother is a Leo from the jump. My brother is a Leo. I was like, yep, yep. Because the everywhere he goes, he's the most popular dude. It's like, uh-huh.
We can't help that. We can't.
Listen, I'm not saying y'all can't help it. I'm just saying y'all are showstoppers. Because my brother, everywhere he goes, him and my dad. My dad is a Pisces, but he has a touch of Aquarius. So they're like party people,
Hmm.
and it's in your face. That's funny. But I like Sagittarius. They're very interesting. Out of
Yeah.
all the zodiacs, they're them and Gemini's. I don't know. It's just interesting to look at.
Yeah, Sag is Sag men are are freaks.
Mm.
What do you
Uh,
what'd you say? Huh?
oh, you know what? That's funny.
Yeah,
I mean, I met a couple stars who tried to flirtatious. Like, I was like, yeah, no.
very, very flirtatious. Extremely.
Yeah, but my Aries, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah. That's a good Aries and Pisces is actually a pretty good mix.
I don't know about my sister. She's a Capricorn. Oh my God, the drama she brings.
Cancer.
Cancer.
Cancer or hmm, maybe Cancer, maybe a Virgo because Virgos are laid back and they need
Yeah,
a push.
true.
Uh, let me see. Maybe I don't know. Caps in Libras might fight a little bit.
Mm.
But I say Cancer, uh, maybe a Gemini,
Oh, that'd be interesting.
maybe even a Scorpio. It depends. A Scorpio is actually a good mix for a Capricorn.
Yeah.
Hmm. Sag is definitely not.
No, my cousin is a Sag.
Mm.
I don't know who he's with, but I think what would be I think she's I think an Aquarius.
Okay. Yeah.
I think she is Aquarius because she said her birthday's in February
Yes.
something.
Sagittarius and Capricorns need more laid back personality if they're women, because Sag women nag.
Oh
She's
yeah.
Sag. She nags.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, mine is an Aries and a Sigma, so I'm pretty cool. Like, yeah, I
Mhm.
can rock with this. I'm chill. We hang out. We go to like skateboard parks. We probably go to the video games. There's like a video game arcade in Hollywood, Florida. There's a yeah, I
I
know
haven't
where
been
it
to a
is.
video game arcade since my son was like 5 years old,
Ooh,
and he's
it's
30
like it's
now.
like a it's well it's like a PC gaming slash. They got like Xbox, PlayStation
Oh,
4, and they
okay,
got all kinds of like melee competitions. Of course, you can bring your own video game, but
okay,
yeah,
okay. Oh, almost like a LAN party, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because when I used to take my son to actually go do guy stuff, go hang out the video arcade, go get something to eat, go to the park.
I was just talking to my boyfriend. I said, you know what, babe, let's go out and do paintball. Paintball.
See, you're cool. so, so for an Aries, you're cool.
Yeah, pretty much. Ladies, you have anything else to say? I mean, I done say what I had to say.
What I just need to know what birthday you have in Aries because most of my Aries, I've been surrounded by several Aries
Uh,
women,
uh,
and you're talking about going to paintball. That had to be that may have something to do with upbringing because I
yeah, well,
had
because she's
I've
Pisces, her
had
both Aries.
5 Aries women
Mm-hmm.
around me
Mm-hmm.
and neither of them would be interested in paintballing.
Well,
So when
she's
is
Pisces.
your birthday?
She's
Please.
Pisces. She's Pisces. Her
Oh, you're
boyfriend,
not an Aries.
her
Okay.
boyfriend's Aries.
Okay. Good Lord. Okay. Because that
Hmm.
threw me.
Yeah.
And plus,
Yeah.
she's an 87, not a 92.
Stop it. Stop. Stop it. Yeah.
There's a difference. Now, a white girl that's corporate, she might go to paintball,
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
but a
Okay.
black woman that's a 92 would not go to paintball.
Oh, I've been to paintball. You better stop it and love. And
Yeah.
it was
How many times? How many times?
once with my son.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I would love to go back. That little West Side, Chicago West Side
Uh-huh.
girl came out in me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wanted to experience, not only just run from it, but now experience it.
So
So
you would go to paintball with your man?
yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a lot of fun because it was outdoors and here in Texas we got a lot of land, so
Yeah.
they have the props. I mean, we were actually out on a field where there was trucks and stuff we could hide behind actually. And and step out and shoot and come back. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, it was fun.
How come your girlfriends don't want to do it?
Um I had 2 friends that were out there with me. Now, one, she
Mm-hmm.
just dressed up for the part, but the other one,
Mm-hmm.
the chef was out there.
Okay.
He was out there. And so yeah, we invited who, and I think it was because there was the young men. So
Oh.
whoever
Okay.
we were trying to invite the young men
Okay.
who were my son's age, and
Okay.
so those who had um
Nephew.
young boys at that
Okay.
time. That's who we invited out.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, we weren't just trying. It wasn't a girls' trip. It was because it was my son's birthday.
Okay. Okay. Well, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah,
There's a method to the madness.
yeah. There was a method to it, but mommy had to get out there. I had to experience it.
Yeah.
Mommy did.
Since
Yeah,
you're there, yeah, you got to experience it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I must say it was fun. And they're even talking about expanding it,
Mhm.
like bringing in old airplanes and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah,
It's a big thing now. The paintball.
it really is. I was really surprised at that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
More. Yeah. Yeah. More. How can I say more? The more online games actually inspire it.
inspiring it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now if I can experience it visually, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, well, on in an animated
Mm-hmm.
version,
Yeah.
why not be able to explore it a little bit further? And
Yeah.
that's why I think the funding. I mean, well, a lot of the agency or programs here are
Mm-hmm.
doing expanding their
Mm-hmm.
efforts to actually bring in the planes and the now you can hide behind a Hummer and
Mm-hmm.
actually a Humvee
Mm-hmm.
and explore your talents in shooting. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Actually translate very well, because it's pretty accurate. So, and they
yeah,
found out that when they actually developed the games for the army, actually translate pretty well.
yeah. Yeah, if they can just pass the drug and other tests, because then because then there's that part. It would be nice if they could um
It
our
depends.
young men to get the point that
Mm,
you just can't sit up on the couch and smoke weed all day and then go out and think you can enlist. You're gonna have to do a little.
it depends on how bad they need you. If the draft is on, they
Well,
don't matter.
now if the draft is called, then that's a different
Mm.
story. But as of right
Oh
now,
yeah,
yeah,
they spend too much money on you. So and
yeah,
as technology gets more advanced, they're actually gonna have less people.
yes, you're
Yeah,
absolutely right.
you have
I
to know
agree.
more. You have to be
Yeah,
smarter.
yeah.
Because now, I think the last they're doing an experiment where they actually send you out with one guy out with a mobile drone to carry the equipment, and then an aerial drone to actually survey.
To actually survey, yeah,
So
yeah.
they send one or two guys out with a mobile drone and an aerial drone. And so they
And
drop
then all they need is a couple of snipers. That's it.
it.
And they can tell you where to hit.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
this
hear
is
what
where.
he hit? Yeah.
Yeah, so very true.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
well, girls and boys,
It's that time.
it's about that time.
So no wine tonight, Char?
Oh,
No, it'll be tomorrow.
Okay.
okay. So I'll meet y'all in the Coliseum then.
So yeah. So it
Yeah.
started slow but ended with a bang.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you everyone for coming and thank you
We
for supporting the channel.
and we had to record some of Nicole's arguments with her boyfriend.
Uh,
yeah.
Entertainment.
yeah, I
Uh-oh.
just went in there. He wanted some more snacks because he playing, I don't know, some shooting game. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know what these games are. And I was like, well, I don't think you deserve these snacks because you didn't have breakfast.
Oh,
Like,
Oh,
it's
oh,
like,
this argument's gonna
he
go
goes,
on for a couple of days.
right. He throwing napkins at me. I'm like, boy, please, whatever. I was like, what they gonna get out of here? Get out of here. It's like,
But he's your
I
favorite
need
road.
no goddamn breakfast.
But he's your favorite road dog, though, isn't he? Though.
Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
traveling and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course,
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
And he gonna keep going with that thing, he be sending the same echo quotes, and
Mm.
I'm like, you
We should.
don't know how that is when you're in a meeting and you leave the meeting and you're
Mm.
like, oh, I got a nice text from my boo,
Mm.
and then you go outside and hear it, and God, it's like, or say something silly like, not anymore. He just it is echoing. I'm like, how you cutting Obsidian's voice? Like, what the hell? Why are you doing this to me?
Because it's funny.
it's fun.
Exactly. And
Okay.
then he's sending, he goes, did you get it? And I'm like, yeah. And he gonna send all the little laughing emojis. I'm like, man, whatever. Go away. Yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right.
good
All
night.
All
right.
right, Charles.
Good night, everyone.
Drop your link. Support the channel if you can. Give the video a like before we leave. Uh, I'll try to
All
remember
right.
to actually look up that article for the Gobi Desert and drop it
Yeah.
in the comment section.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you
That'd be
so much.
interesting. Thank you
And
for having me on. I enjoy it. See y'all
all
at the
right.
Coliseum.
All
No
right.
bloodshed.
Thank
Thank
you.
All
you.
right.
Have a good night.
We'll mix the mud.
Wait a minute, who's going to the Coliseum? What Coliseum? Where we
Huh?
going?
There's
We
gonna
don't
be the
know
col.
who shows up to do battle at the Coliseum.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's
Okay.
the male hangout. We call it the Coliseum.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
I'll just be in
Good
listening mode.
night, guys.
All right.
Good
All
night.
right.
All right. Good
All
night.
right.
Night.
Peace.
Peace.